Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. The countdown continues to the NFL playoffs, and the Green Bay Packers visiting the NFC North division rival Chicago Bears in the wild card round Saturday night. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock. Televised, streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime outside of the Milwaukee, Green Bay, and Chicago TV markets. The opening line for this game had the Bears as slight favorites. That has quickly shifted. Sportsbooks now listing the Green Bay Packers as 1.5-point favorites for Saturday night's contest. Plenty more to get you set, including reviewing some national commentary on the matchup between the Packers and Bears this weekend. Coming up on Wilde and Tausch this morning on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. College basketball, Wisconsin, fresh off a loss Saturday night against third-ranked Purdue, back in action tonight at the Kohl Center, hosting UCLA for the first time ever as conference opponents at the Kohl Center. Tip time set for 8 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Tuesday edition, although it's Wednesday in the Packers world edition. The playoffs? We're going to talk about playoffs? Packers do just need to win a game. They haven't won their last 4 of them. Edition. And the Adam Schefter, or as Erica likes to call him, Scheffner, said something very interesting about Matt LaFleur's contract situation yesterday on the Pat McAfee show. I would like to get into that at some juncture today edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Packers back to work. They'll be jog-throughing today. No practice. Practice tomorrow and Thursday in advance of Saturday night. Live from Chicago, it's Saturday night, Packers-Bears for the third time this season, for the third time in the playoffs in their history, and for the 213th time overall. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and so is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
Good, buddy. Good, safe trip back from the Boca Bowl or the what bowl? The Channel 3000 Tito's Bowl. You're all good. Looking
Indeed,
good.
yes. And got to Lambeau Field, did my TV hits from there. It was a safe drive back. That made us happy. It's good to be back and it's good to get ready for another road trip to Chicago for Packers-Bears. We will get into that as the show gets deeper. I did. We didn't talk much about this yesterday, and Jesse, you've really opened up to Jesse Tausch. He feels like he really knows you. He knows what makes you tick.
Okay. We've been doing the show 8 years together. I would hope that he's got a general inkling.
Has it been that long?
I feel like I started to learn Old T a little sooner than this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In 8 years, we spend 15, on average, probably 6 hours a week together, if you look at those 8 years. So I would hope that you'd have a general idea of how I tick. Yeah.
And you've surprised me more recently that, I feel like 2022 to mid-2025, I understood you pretty good.
All right, well, give me a little taste of what you feel like the understanding was.
Well, actually, I was going a different direction.
What were you going to go with?
I think I know where he's going. See, I know Jason.
All right, go ahead.
Jason and I, we've been clicking for years.
Well, you two are very similar, yes. I've been going 2-on-1 here for a lot of years.
Yes, you poor man.
No, you're acting like I'm saying that's a negative. I prefer that.
You're an entity unto yourself. So Jesse thought, and Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, but given your, dare I say, disdain for Peacock, that you would be more, Jesse, how would you describe it? Up in arms about an NFL playoff game. Playoffs being on a streaming service, and this time it impacts the Packers fan base. And as someone who wrote for the State Journal, now works for a Madison area television station, remember the historic game that you played in when Aaron Rodgers came in Dallas? That was back in the days when you couldn't get NFL Network on your local cable system. And so, as will be the case on Saturday night, if you live in the 3 designated TV markets of the home teams, Green Bay, Fox Cities, Milwaukee, and, of course, Chicago, it's all good. You can go watch it on regular television. It'll be over the air. I think in Milwaukee, it's going to be on Fox. Not sure about Green Bay yet. But the bottom line is, if you're anywhere else in the state in a different TV market or anywhere else in Illinois and you're a Bears fan, good luck. If you haven't already signed up for Prime, do you sign up for it just to be able to watch the game? And Jesse thought that would irritate you, being a man of the people.
I thought there would be more consternation that the game is streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime, yes.
From me?
Yeah.
I'm only a Peacock hater. I don't hate the other ones. I get it, man. We're all, listen, you're going to be capitalistic and everybody's going this route. People want to have access on their phones. The market dictates that this is where this is going. It's not me. I would prefer it to all be on an old channel, ABC, NBC, CBS, and then I'd love to watch Dallas afterwards, and then if the Andy Griffith Show pops up, hey, that would be awesome. You know what? The world's over, bro. So the only thing I felt like the reason I don't like Peacock is because it felt baity and switchy to me. And then they shove it down our throat and say, that's it. That's the reason I don't like it. I'm not a Florio guy, so that's another reason. And he's railing against all these other streaming. And then when it goes on his network that bought his company, he's fine with it. So there's just a combination of everything. Saved by the Bell is what really blanked me off about Peacock.
That it was an NBC show and it wasn't on Peacock?
No. They promised it was on the free Peacock, and you watched one episode, and then it's like, oh, you got to subscribe to get the rest of them.
Yeah.
That's a bait and switch, my friend. And once you bait and switch me, I jump bait and say, deuces B, I'm going to work around you as the world goes. That's the only reason. Amazon, listen, man, I see enough packages come to our house. We're on board. The same thing with Disney, ESPN. Everybody's got Netflix. What am I going to sit here? I'm not going to be old man railing against the cloud. It's not who I want to be, so that's why I'm not doing it. And I don't have a problem with this. It is what it is.
It feels a little selective, though, that you're outraged.
I get bait and switched. Yeah. Everything's personal. You know that. God bless you. You know that of anybody. You are the king of grudge-holding personal vendettas.
Sure, that's fair.
All right, so what are you acting all shocked
There
by?
were Brewers games that played on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, I just
and
didn't watch 'em.
Roku
I didn't
last
watch
year.
it.
But you had commentary.
But it wasn't strong. No. Only strong opinions against Peacock. You know that. It's been 3 years. I haven't had any strong opinions against Apple TV or Netflix. Come on.
So, and if the Badgers,
if
men's
Apple TV
basketball-
called Wilde and Tausch said, "Hey, we'd love to put you on our streaming service," we'd jump a hoop to go do it.
Oh, of course.
So what are we talking? Now, if it's Peacock, I
Tim
swear
Lasso.
to you right now, if Peacock comes and offers us a multi-big boy deal, I'm saying no. No, I don't know what Karmazin and the rest of our team are going to do. I don't know. But I am telling you right now, I will vote no if Peacock does it. I promise you. What are you shaking your head about? You don't know me
First
then.
of all, we
It's
don't
8
work
years, you don't
for
know me.
that company. We have our own company that has a bunch of digital options, and I would imagine
I'm telling
that
you,
would present
you're
itself
starting to
before
see
It's a
more
Peacock.
hypothetical.
You're seeing more podcasts going to big boy streamers, the digital part of it.
Yeah.
The Barstool Boy, there's a bunch of people doing that. And I'm telling you right now, I would be very open to whoever would want to do that. But if Johnny Peacock calls and says, you know what, you guys' numbers are growing, you guys' show, we like your show, Packers are a big brand,
Sure.
If it is Johnny Peacock, I'm gonna tell our team I'd prefer not to do that. Okay. That's what I would say.
So I guess my point was not necessarily Peacock versus Prime because, obviously you get the free shipping on all your purchases, which is great. Although, what is
Nice
it, $199
When
a
is
year
Amazon going to pull that rug from us?
now? I don't know.
Pretty
but
soon.
I look forward to you
they're
railing
going to.
against that.
They're
Apple
building
TV
all
doesn't
these
have that kind of perk.
They're building all this distribution centers up. They're going to make it where it's like, no. All these free, they're getting us. It's like drugs, man. They're getting you hooked. They're getting you hooked, and you're not going to be able to get away from it. People now are just ordering stuff, and you get to send it back. Everybody's hooked, and eventually they're going to say, you know what? That's costing us a lot of money. I think we're going to pull that feature, and we'll see if people can wean themselves. I think that's going to happen. Don't know for sure.
So I guess my question is, it's one thing if regular season games, or you're a Badger basketball fan, you have held back on your prediction of a Final Four for this year.
I don't think I'm going to be.
You claim
given
you
that
won't be
one.
making one.
I don't think so.
Tonight's
Things could
game on
change.
Peacock, by the way.
Right, and thank you. And so my point
I'll
is
listen to
that
LePay.
you have lived without watching those games because your mentality is, I can listen to it on the radio, and I hate Peacock. I'm very anti. That's your position.
Hate's a strong word. I just am not going to use it. I don't like it.
Come on.
I'm not going to say hate. I don't believe in that. So I'm going to say I don't like.
Okay,
You're always telling me words matter.
They do, and I'm not going to go back into the archives and find the number of times either of us has said.
Well,
that
maybe I'll.
four-letter word.
Okay, well, I apologize for that. I'm going to pull
I
back.
hate it
It's
when that
2026.
happens.
I'm going to try to be better.
So, if it was something that you like, you have Paramount, so you can watch Landman.
I'm not even sure if we have Paramount. I watch Landman only on the plane.
So the issue I have here, and I don't know what your plan is.
I believe here's the deal, and I'm not going to give out free advertising.
I understand.
I believe what we have is there's a big cable company, and I believe part of their cable package now is they include, now whether or not that's extra, this is what my wife tells me, is that all of that is included in. So these apps now, not all of them, I don't believe
Yes.
Netflix is a part of it, but I believe the others are, you get included in your big boy cable package.
Yes, and so that would mean that you would have Peacock because that's how I have
probably the
Peacock.
free version, yeah.
Well, I think you have the sufficient version to be able to watch the
Sure.
game.
I would think that's
I guess
probably
what I'm
fair.
asking is, this is a playoff game between the most storied rivals in NFL history, the 213th meeting, and a vast majority of Packers fans, if they are not Prime subscribers, can't watch the game. It is not a Thursday night in the middle of October where you could say, you know what, the kid's got stuff going on. I can listen to it in the car. I can do this or that. I'll catch the highlights. I can live without watching them. This is win or go home. And this game is on a streaming service, and so many people outside of the Milwaukee, Green Bay, Fox Cities, and Chicago areas will not have it over the air TV. And I would argue that is a bridge too far in the streaming realm. When you're putting, and I thought this when they started doing it, I stand by it, putting playoff games in there, I think is crap. And I have a problem with it. And I think that's
what are you going to do about it? You got a problem. We don't just bicker about our problems. What are you going to do about it?
He's going to boycott and not cover the game.
No, he won't. I feel like he won't. No, but we could all sit here and complain and bicker about it, but what are you going to do about it? Yeah, is it ideal? No. Has it been happening for years? Yes. NBC did a Peacock-only playoff game when they have NBC to put it on their other. But they're trying to drive traffic. Listen, man, you can either sit here and pout and cry about the world or you can go do something about it. I don't know what you're going to do about it.
I don't either.
So then what are we crying about? Like, is it great for the fans?
It's not fair.
If you feel like the NFL cares more about fans than money, I can't help you. I've told you on this show for 10 years that's not the case. They want the fans to be happy. They want to give you a good product, and they want to give you distribution to do that, and they want to make a ton of money.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
They don't care about the fans.
No, I think they care about the fans, but they're not at the top of the pecking order. And we all know that, and we still love it, and we eat it up. And you know what? Amazon is going to get a ton of new subscribers from this. Peacock probably did the other day. This is the deal, so we can sit and cry about it. Great. They ain't going to do anything. So that's why when you ask me why I'm not outraged, I don't have a solution for you. Don't watch. That's not a solution. Because we want to watch because we love our team and we want to see them play. So go get Amazon or cry about it. That's up there. Those are your two options. That's it. And you're going to be paid. Jeff Bezos is out on a yacht down in the Caribbean. He's got a party. Yeah, that's what we're doing. But that's life. And if you don't like it, I'm sure Josh, I'm not going to put anybody's name. I'm sure there's ways to work around this, Joshy, where you can find ways.
Why do you assume Josh
I
is
just
the
have
guy?
a hunch. Joshy's a smart cat. I'm not endorsing any of that. I'm sure if you're really going to fight the system, you can. But there's also ramifications with that. So that's why I'm not that upset about it, if that gives you a quick little synopsis of when you guys brought this to me.
Okay. We were wrong. We thought you, as a man of the people and as a Peacock disliker,
are you guys
like
outraged by this? You're outraged?
Again, having had the experience of writing for a Madison-based newspaper and having several instances where this affected Packers fans in the Madison TV market, maybe I'm a little more sensitive to it, yes. I just don't love the fact that
I don't feel like you've been that sensitive about it. You've been giving me grief about Peacock for years.
Because it's a playoff game.
Oh.
That to me, that is a bridge too far. I understand you want to drive people to your streaming service.
Didn't we play Peacock only a couple years ago? There has been one of these for at least 3 years.
The Eagles opener was on Peacock.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying there have been playoff games Peacock only. They are now giving a streamer the last 3 years playoff only.
No. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but this, I believe, is the first time the Packers have been involved with a streaming-only game, which is why I am bringing it up as opposed to I don't care if the Chargers and the Texans are on a streaming service.
Well, NFL wouldn't do that to a streaming
So the
service.
first one 2 years ago was Chiefs-Dolphins. That was on Peacock.
Okay.
Yes, which I didn't watch because I didn't have Peacock.
And
I
then
didn't really
last
care.
year was Steelers-Ravens wild card was on Amazon.
So, my point was they've done this for a while. The Packers now are – I'm very surprised Fox didn't grab this game, but that Eagles-Niners game is very sexy, so I understand. And I'm very happy it's Saturday night. So I think when you compound all of that, I'm all right with it.
Well, good. I'm glad you're happy. And you don't hate
Listen,
Peacock,
man, would it be great if we could still go and grab a newspaper and not have every Tom blank and blank giving us comments on everything in the world right at our fingertips? I think the world would be a better place, absolutely, but that's not the world we live in. So we can either sit here and ostrich ourselves, or we can not. And
I don't think I ostriched myself. I came up out of the sand and complained about it. And yes, I understand the ethos of this show is we don't just complain about things, we talk about
solutions. You didn't really come up with a solution. You had a problem and you haven't come up with a solution.
Yeah, I haven't.
What is your solution?
I haven't come up with a solution for your interrupting. I was about to say, and we failed to come up with a solution here. So,
well, there's no we. You're the one that brought it up. There's no we. I didn't say there's a problem. So,
if this game was on Peacock, would you be outraged?
I'd complain more, but I wouldn't be outraged.
And you wouldn't have a solution either.
No, you don't watch it. You'd go and find other alternative ways to watch.
Hashtag illegal.
I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know.
The alternative to having leaky, creaky, squeaky, breezy, drafty windows is to call Gina Della and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And for your New Year's resolution, the sky is the limit with Pella's 0 interest for 4 years finance offer. No payments, no interest for 4 years. Think of everything you can do in 4 years. College degree, raise your toddler, be an Olympian. You could literally, Jesse Nelson could right now try to curl and try to go get to be an Olympian with Matt Hamilton. Can you imagine you two getting out in that ring and just working now till the next 4 years and go try to go get it? I'm on board with watching it. And the beautiful part is you're not paying anything all of that time. 4 years, you wouldn't be paying any interest or anything on these Pella windows and doors. Isn't that something? Start your journey toward meeting your personal goals, and you can enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom-made for your home. The deal ends January 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More solutions next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honey's to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honey's experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Mark Tosher here for Iron Jock. Well, it's a new year, and that means new goals. Iron Jock is here to help you stay committed to those goals, whether you're hitting the gym, heading to work, or just trying to smell a whole lot better in 2026. Formulated to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, Iron Jock keeps you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. But right now, you can get 30% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $75. Just use promo code ESPN30. That's ESPN30 for 30% off your order over $75. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with CelebrationsEntertainment.com. That's CelebrationsEntertainment.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford-certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
It's on to the playoffs.
It's a clean slate.
In Chicago.
When you get to the postseason, everybody's 0-0.
Get ready and react this Saturday with Green Bay Game Day and Game Night, starting at 4 p.m. right here on ESPN Madison.
Belly aching. I'm just a man of the people, you know me.
Jason, quick question
at the
for
game,
you.
So it won't affect you.
Yep, you're going to watch, you're going to cover it, do the great job that you do.
Thanks.
You talked earlier before you guys got off on, and by the way, I didn't bring up any of the streaming stuff you guys did. I'm not on the YouTube because I still can't figure out why I can't get into YouTube. For 2026, I want to be in there, and maybe Jello will help me get in there today.
We're 6 days in.
Well, not really.
That seems like a very manageable resolution that we can work together to accomplish.
In all honesty, yesterday was kind of when everybody got back at it. Some of us worked on Friday. Some of us didn't. Jesse, you did. Kudos to you. The Matt LaFleur contract extension, I think we saw, you mentioned it earlier in the show, right? With Pat McAfee and Shefty, or Scheffner, as you will.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm going to ask you this, because he's going to get an extension. I feel that way. I don't know how you guys feel. Is he worth the top dollar? Because Matt LaFleur should ask for the top dollar. He should be, I don't think he's going to get paid Andy Reid, or I think Pete Carroll got a crazy number from the Raiders.
Money well spent.
He is going to ask for what Sean McVay is getting out in L.A. He's going to ask what Kyle Shanahan's getting. Are you paying it?
So, it's almost as if you know Jesse and I so well that this was where we were going, and I was going to set it up, which would have allowed you to ask this question.
Don't you like when I ask you questions, though, too?
Not when I want people to hear what Adam Schefter said so they understand what we're talking about. And it's not on the show sheet. We audibled to get to
Evan
this.
says Bears don't have to win a playoff game. So I thought we'd wait till Evan.
It's intriguing commentary by Evan.
Yeah, very good.
If you look at the segment about Matt LaFleur scheduled for later in the show, it does have
Jason
the
brought that up. I don't want to get into. I don't want to fight about it. So
I appreciate that. So here is what Adam Schefter said. For those of you unaware, here is what Adam Schefter said on the Pat McAfee show, because not everyone listens every day, and not everyone listens or watches the Pat McAfee show. So this I thought was very, very, very interesting. And it led to an even more interesting question that Tausch just asked, which I will answer after we hear what Adam Schefter said about Matt LaFleur's contract situation to Pat McAfee.
Matt LaFleur was asked about his job security this year and commented on it, which led to about a week worth of speculation. And again, I feel the same way about Matt LaFleur that I do Kevin Stefanski if they moved on. And he's going to be going into the last year of his deal. I think he'd get a job in this cycle as well. So I don't think it'd be much of an issue. I think the bigger deal here is, can they figure out a contract of fair value to keep him there? I think that's what this is about, them trying to negotiate a contract, seeing what they can come up with, seeing if they get a deal done. If they get the deal done, it's a non-talking point, and his future is secure there. If they can't figure out a contract that works for both sides, well, then you have to ask yourself, are they willing to let him go into the last year of his deal, which he would be, or what do you do about that? And very rarely do teams want coaches going into the last year of their deal, which I believe the priority will be to re-sign him to an extension this offseason. And let's see what happens with that first.
Him and Gucci both?
Yeah, both. I think both.
So, now, Tausch asked about top dollar. Here are, according to Sportico, the top 10 highest paid NFL head coaches. Jesse, do you have any music you'd like to play for us?
Sure do.
Is this royalty free?
Yes.
No, we're an ESPN affiliate,
for
though,
us
so we're
is,
good. Yeah. At number 10, tied. Ben Johnson, we play our guys. We don't rest our guys in Chicago. And Kevin O'Connell, both at $13 million per. $13 million per year.
Okay. That's the 10th?
That's 10th.
Ooh.
Tied at number 8 at $14 million per year. Kyle Shanahan and Mike Vrabel.
Vrabes. Okay.
Tied at number 6 at $15 million per year. Sean McVay and Nick Sirianni.
Okay.
Both of whom have won a Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
At number 4, tied at $16 million per year.
I feel like Mike Carroll is on there.
Mike, he's not on here, but I don't know if this. I don't know why.
All right. Well, you got fired.
Number 4, tied at $16 million per year. Mike Tomlin and Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
At number 3, at $17 million per year, John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
At number 2, at $18 million per year, Sean Payton. And as Tausch mentioned, number 1 on your hit parade at $20 million per year, and rightfully so, Andy Reid of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
So, all of those guys above Kyle Shanahan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they all have one thing that Matt LaFleur does not. They all have at least one Super Bowl Lombardi trophy.
Yep.
Shanahan has been to 2. Vrabel obviously had a lot of success in Tennessee, and for some reason they decided to move on from him. Now he's had success in New England. And then obviously Ben Johnson is nouveau riche with his deal last year, and Kevin O'Connell has been in his role for a few years, and he's probably underpaid. Matt LaFleur not in this list. I don't think Matt LaFleur can ask for anything more than Kyle Shanahan money at $14 million per year, and Kyle Shanahan has more success than him. So if the Packers and Matt LaFleur, if Adam Schefter's view of this is correct, then I think if they came to him and said, hey, we're going to pay you $13 million a year on this next contract, I'm signing it if I'm Matt LaFleur, if it's a 4-year deal or whatever else. My question is, the reason why I thought this was so interesting, and I want to talk about it with Evan coming up as well, is that it turns the entire narrative of Matt LaFleur on its head, right? Because I think most people are thinking he's got to beat the Bears or he's going to get ash canned. Am I wrong? Isn't that what most people feel as Packers fans?
I think from an emotional standpoint, we're looking at it, and you could say 3 years, 7th seed all 3 years, barely. If the rules don't change around even in the playoffs, and he's probably doesn't have a job. And I think that's probably a fair critique. There's nobody in Green Bay going to take a look and say you can go 3 or you can go 4 years without making a playoff. No, sir. That's just not. That's not going to be acceptable. So it is a tricky deal for Ed Policy and for LaFleur and Goody to figure all of this out. But the bottom line is, as you're seeing, if Kevin Stefanski is the top dog everywhere, Matt LaFleur would be the top dog ahead of Kevin Stefanski. His resume is much better, even though he doesn't have the coach of the years. I don't think anybody's going to sit here and say that Kevin Stefanski has had more success.
So my question for you is, if you were representing Matt LaFleur, let's put your agent hat on.
Why don't you? Can you answer my question first before I answer?
I just did.
What did you say?
You asked if you would pay him top dollar, and I said I wouldn't pay him more than Kyle Shanahan.
Okay, good answer.
So I answered your question. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Now, if you'd be so kind to put your agent hat on, along with your Sun Prairie hat, and tell me this: if you're his agent, are you shooting for 16, 17 million? Because it's just like players, right? The market rises. He's accomplished more than Ben Johnson at this point. Ben Johnson's a first-year head coach. It's like Brett Favre used to always say when he'd become the highest-paid quarterback. It's only for a little while, and then somebody else is going to surpass it, and I'm fine with that, and whatever else. Should Matt LaFleur ask for more? Because I got to say, you said it's a tricky thing for Ed Policy. I kind of think it's a tricky thing for his agents. I'm not sure that given how things have played out in the last 3 years with the transition to Love and the 7th seed and everything else, that I would go in there saying, I want $18 million a year or I want $16 million a year. I'm going to say, hey, Shanahan gets 14. Let's do 4 years at $14 million per, and I'll be a happy camper.
Yeah, I would think he'd probably want a little bit more than that. I don't know what I think he's making 8 to 10 right now. He's probably right below where those guys are. And that's where I would leave you. You would definitely shoot for the 14 to 15 per year, and realizing I have a great thing here. And now I see that the new president believes in me to give me a 4 or 5 year extension. Mm-hmm. You can shoot for 16 or 17 somewhere else, and maybe the Raiders, maybe some organization that is in flux and is in a complete disaster. I don't think that's what he would be thinking. I think he loves being the head coach for the Green Bay Packers, and I think he loves his quarterback. He loves everything about it and believes when he has everybody healthy, this is a team that can win. He thinks he can win it now. But I think he really believes it when Micah and Tucker and everybody are back. So I think there's a little probably wiggle room to say if it's in that 14 to 15 range, we're content. And if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I say this is the price of doing business. You're not going to nickel and dime a coach that has been this successful for you for 7 or 8 years. Now, there is going to be a bunch of fans saying, what the hell are you talking about? Since Aaron Rodgers left, they've won 1 playoff game, and they've snuck into the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's a fair critique. Mm-hmm. And that's where Ed Policy's got to figure, is there somebody he feels like can get this group over the top? If John Harbaugh becomes available, do you then look at this in a whole different way and say, John Harbaugh probably is looking, this would be an awesome setup for me, but then is Goody going to be all right with that? Because that dynamic will change. There is so many. If you believe in this duo, you stick with them. Because if you decide to do something different, the entire apple cart gets upset. Mm-hmm. And I would be very, very cautious about doing that because you got a cart full of apples. You can make pie, you can make jam. You flip that up, worms start infesting, and things can get goofy.
Macintosh? Tom Silverstein wrote about this earlier last week from the Journal Sentinel, and while he acknowledged that none of us know exactly what LaFleur's salary is, it is believed to be between $8 million and $9 million per year. His first contract, he averaged $5.5 million per year per Spoon, and then they got those 4-year extensions that were never announced back in 2022. All right, we need to get to Evan Cohen to talk about all kinds of things. Matt LaFleur, hey, he gets that new deal. You might want to talk to Annex Wealth Management to make sure that somebody's really doing a great job of investing and taking care of his wealth from his new contract.
Indeed, lots of people make New Year's resolutions. Many of them, they crash and burn, and sometimes it's lack of discipline. A lot of times it's bad advice. You see some TikTok or some Insta Reels, and you start guiding decisions by that quote-unquote expert. Well, sooner or later, for most people, you need to talk with an expert. So if you have a resolution that deals with your money, your earnings, your investments, go talk to the experts at Annex. I have been to Annex. They have, I'm telling you, man, it is a up-to-date, everything available. You got all of the resources that you need. A team of experts. They are ready to listen and talk you through your financial goals.
Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
This is a crazy season. There isn't a juggernaut.
Because we're on the postseason.
There's not one team that this team can't beat. And as we saw earlier, there's not one team that this team cannot get beaten by.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Pro volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 Love Madison schedule is here. Setter of the Year Lauren Carlini and hometown favorite Claire Chaussee return to the court, ready to lead a powerhouse lineup of world-class talent. Get ready for nonstop action. Every serve, every volley, and every win, right here in Madison. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the unforgettable moments all season long. Visit lovb.com to check out the full schedule and secure your seats today. Volleyball is the next major league.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The college football playoff semifinals on ESPN Radio. Thursday in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
From 47 yards, he got it!
Ole Miss faces Miami.
And it's intercepted! It's going to be a Miami pick six!
Then on Friday in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's Indiana, Oregon. The college football playoff semifinals, 7 Eastern. Thursday and Friday on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. Right now, you can get Pella windows at a discount with Siding Unlimited. Yes, end-of-the-year pricing is a discount right before the 2026 price increases, saving you big money on your project right now. Buy now, install in spring, and lock in. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
We're on the Packers, because we're on the postseason.
The time these guys get on that bus, it's over. It is a new season, and it is all about the next step.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
I kind of like this new music for Evan. Joining us now from Unsportsmanlike, it's Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Guys, how we doing?
Good. Sorry to keep you waiting, but we wanted to get into this Matt LaFleur contract discussion after what Shefty said to Pat McAfee, and we wanted to get your thoughts on this because obviously you've done your share of contract negotiations over the years. And we're trying to figure out where Matt LaFleur should land so you don't overplay your hand, but you also get what you deserve. And I thought Adam really changed the narrative certainly for a lot of Packers fans by saying this. Because I think Packers fans, a lot of them think 3 straight years of the number 7 seed, hasn't really won much without Aaron Rodgers, et cetera, et cetera. He should just be happy he gets a contract extension. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, Adam was on with us this morning, so we talked to him about LaFleur, and my thought is maybe a little different than most on this. I think when people are looking at the contract extension for Matt LaFleur, my guess is most people are waiting for new team president Ed Policy to present an offer to LaFleur, correct? That's what we're waiting on, so to speak, right?
Sure.
Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. My thought is what's going to happen, guesstimation, is LaFleur turns the tables, he and his agent, and whenever it is the Packers are eliminated, says, here's what we'd like. Packers are not going to give him everything he wants, and then he probably will present the idea of, well, Atlanta and Tennessee want me. Are you willing to trade me there? And I think he flips the script on them and puts pressure on them to extend him versus the other way.
So, Evan, if you were Ed Policy, and let's say what I think most Packer fans are feeling right now, beat the Bears, lose to Seattle. I think that's, at least judging off of yesterday and kind of the vibe, that's what Vegas thinks is going to happen. What are you doing if you're Ed Policy?
Yeah, well, first of all, Tausch, the Bears better win. And I don't mean the Bears better win a playoff game. I mean the Bears better beat the Packers this week. If the Bears played any other team, including Carolina, I would not say that. And I would just simply say, great season, getting there, 2 seed, unbelievable year. But because of the January 22nd, 2025 press conference that Ben Johnson, who is not good, he is great, had, where he called out Matt LaFleur and said, I'm used to beating him, and I like beating him twice a year. You beat him once. Here's your second chance. You better win on Saturday. That's number one. Number two.
Can I push back for a second? You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. No, hear me out for a second.
Why?
But hear me out, and then you can spit whatever you want to spit after. The Bears have over-exceeded expectations in a monster way. They've beaten the Packers once they won the division. They're the second-best team in the NFC. And while no fan of theirs expected them to be in this spot, they are playing with house money. The pressure is on the Green Bay Packers this weekend. They're favored down there. Their coach has not done great in the playoffs since Aaron Rodgers left. They've won 1 game. They've been the 7th seed. This is a pressure game, much more so on the Green Bay Packers and the Bears. And anyone that doesn't think that is crazy. And you're crazy. Go ahead.
Well, I was very specific that for Ben Johnson and the Bears, they better win this specific game. In general, there's no question there's more pressure on the Packers to win a playoff game than there is
There's
on
more
the Bears.
pressure on Matt LaFleur than Ben Johnson, too. Come on.
I understand what you're saying.
You just said it's not, though, Evan.
I said I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with what you're saying because of the fact that I believe...
Because he talked a little smack in an opening presser? Come on, you've been around this business long enough. That's what coaches do. They throw red meat at their fans. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I understand, but naming names of people you don't have a relationship with is just odd to me.
He's an odd guy.
Okay, but anyway, to the overall point, the other point.
That'd be nice to
get
to.
The other point is,
jeez.
well, you're the one who took it in its completely.
Well, no,
different
because
thing.
I couldn't disagree with your premise more, but I do want to hear it.
But I don't think you're listening to my premise.
I'm listening. I just disagree.
The Green Bay Packers, Tausch, the
Yes.
Green Bay Packers have more pressure to win any playoff game than the Chicago Bears.
Agree.
Undoubtedly.
Yep, we agree.
The Chicago Bears better win this playoff game. If they played any other team, I would say it differently. They have to win this playoff game because this is what the coach told you he does twice a year. That's it. Next point. If the Green Bay Packers win against the Bears and then they lose against the Seahawks, I would say that the Green Bay Packers this year fell short of expectations. Now, we set those expectations prior to Micah Parsons. I believe we all talked about last summer that this year was at least NFC title or bust. I said LaFleur, top 5 head coach of the year, and Love, top 5 MVP. I believe those are my 3 things to avoid what we're doing already before the season ends. Is that correct? I think, Jesse, I'm sure you have that lined up ready to go.
Yeah, he's got
That's what I
audio
said.
just coming out of his ears. So, yep, he does.
Yeah. So that's what I said to you guys in August. I said this year better be one seed in the NFC Championship game at least, LaFleur top 5 in Coach of the Year, Love top 5 in the MVP, and that all has not happened, and that all was before Micah. Okay?
Yep.
So think about that after Micah. Now, if they don't get to the conference championship, and there's 1 year left on his contract, and Ed Policy didn't directly hire him, I do think it is fair for the Green Bay Packers to say, no, we're not going to give you an extension. I think that is completely fair of them to do. And then I think that as a result, like I said, what will likely happen is LaFleur will start flirting and try to get Atlanta and Tennessee, 2 places he's been, to potentially try to make an offer for his services to the Green Bay Packers. And then you can see the Green Bay Packers say,
Ooh, get that
you know what?
first-round pick
Fine.
back. Ooh, is that what you're saying?
Can have a first-round pick. Well researched, Tausch.
I said
And
they
Tennessee
get their
will not
first-round
give you-
pick back. Oh, boy.
No.
No, that's what I just said.
Um,
if they're trading for LaFleur, the Packers aren't going to trade LaFleur for anything less than a first-round pick.
Well, they're not going to get a first-round pick from either of
Oh,
those.
I don't know. Okay, continue.
Atlanta doesn't have one.
I'm talking. You said Tennessee, where he's been.
I said Atlanta and Tennessee.
Okay, I don't want to fight with
He's
you
been
today.
Atlanta, too.
All right,
Lot of
great.
fighting.
That's cool. That's great. Continue.
Okay, so then, but the thing is, now here's where I come back to you guys. Could you see LaFleur voluntarily trying to get out himself before they get him out, like I'm presenting here? Is
Jason?
that on the
No,
table?
I don't either.
I don't.
I don't
and,
either.
And frankly, this
He's got a great situation here, man.
And I'm not going to pretend that Matt and I drink wine on the weekends together, and I know him
That's
intimately.
because you don't drink. Because you don't drink.
Well, I mean,
point.
they have
What do you drink
non-alcoholic
together?
wines and stuff, or I could just drink a bubbler. But my point is that my vibe from him is
You're
this
a
would
vibes
I am a vibes guy. This would take some guts to play this game. And I'm not sure that that's how he's wired. Like, I think he's happy here. Like, I don't know if he's, we do our bold-a-thon, and I'm not very bold. He's equally unbold. I have a really hard time picturing him being bold enough to play this game this way.
All right, so let's say I'm wrong, and my hypothetical guess doesn't come to fruition, which, by the way, then the question would be, okay, well, then who would the Packers want as head coach? And it seems like Jeff Hasley they'd be fine with as head coach. I could be wrong. So then is it more likely than not that LaFleur heads into next season just as a lame duck coach?
Won't happen.
Couch
Policy
scenario-
said that won't happen.
Well, you always teach us that what you say watch what they do. Is it possible that Ed Policy says,
over
look,
words.
I don't like lame ducks. I don't believe in them. But based on where we're at and based on what Matt Hey, we
Can't
had
go into it
conversations
with a lame
with
duck.
Matt.
Can't do it. You know how that goes with locker rooms. I've been there. It doesn't work.
What happened? And
Can
did
you add
you
a phony year? Can you add like a make-believe year that is easy to get out of both ways?
No, they would give him a 1-year extension just in case things go haywire. But that's not. You either are behind your coach and the locker room knows it, or you're not. And trust me, locker rooms know it and see it and feel it.
Tausch, do you think that hurt the Cowboys last year? Then
didn't help
with Mike McCarthy.
Absolutely, you want certainty. And I know players have to go through uncertainty with their contracts. Coaches and quarterbacks don't. There's a reason why that is the case. Because you need everybody.
Let's also add one thing, though, Tausch.
Well, go ahead.
Let's add one thing. Regardless of if he gets an extension or not, what the Green Bay Packers have done voluntarily here is add unnecessary.
I think he was saying
anyone is talking about it before.
Unnecessary what? We missed whatever
Say
that
it
word
again.
was.
Say it
this
again.
is Mad Libs. Unnecessary. What do you think he said, Jason?
Okay.
I think he said drama.
I think drama as well.
No.
What'd you say?
Distractions.
Well, it's the same thing.
Distractions.
Okay. All right.
Similar.
Yep.
Words matter.
I kind of like this. Anytime this happens now, let's Mad Lib it. I love that. All right, go ahead, Evan.
It's a really good idea, actually.
No, I just think that there seems to be unnecessary drama or distractions the week of a playoff game that I'm going to assume, Jason, you have to help with this, players and coaches are being asked about on and off the record.
Well, we haven't seen the players. We'll see them today for the first time. I will say this locker room is pretty good about, Tausch always talks about parroting the theme that the coach says. This locker room is pretty good. They got a bunch of young guys who kind of do what they're told. And so, whereas veteran guys might take the bait on a conversation like this because they want to get their opinion out there, and if you don't put their name on it, etc., I think most of these guys would be scared to even discuss this off the record. And I think they would be concerned about creating distraction. I mean, we haven't talked to Rasheed Walker all season because of
you guys scared him.
Because he's so scared to not say something like, we could go undefeated. Like, he does what he needs to not get in trouble with the league, but he answers like he answers in 3 words because he doesn't want to say anything anymore. So I think
so what
it would be.
So what do you believe then is going to happen? So if it's not a distraction, what do you believe is going to happen? Matt LaFleur will be what?
Here's the issue I have, Evan, and this is why I jumped the rundown, and I wanted to be able to talk about it with you because you have a more global view. Because for me, if you lose to the Bears, not only did you lose 5 in a row, you lost twice to the Bears, including a playoff game. I don't know what your negotiating position is. Like, I think it's awfully hard for you to play hardball to try and get big-time money, even if you think, oh, yeah, the Titans would love to have me as their coach, the Falcons would love to have me as their coach. I just think the optics make it tough. I don't know enough about what Ed Policy believes. I don't know if he loves Goody. I mean, he sits with Goody at every game. He ain't sitting with LaFleur. LaFleur's busy coaching the game. Like, I would say that if they win on Saturday night, which is why I do believe there is a significant amount of pressure in this game, all this stuff goes away. Even if they lose in Seattle, you're like, hey, they dealt with all these injuries. Ed Policy wrote about it in his Saturday column on Packers.com. And you're like, hey, we made the best of it. We were a Super Bowl team until we lost Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons, and we all believe that in this building, and we're going to get them back next year, and we believe we've got the right coach and the right GM, and so we extended them for 4 years. If they lose to the Bears, I don't know what the hell to expect. I really don't.
Yeah, but why? I guess I'm a little confused on one part of this. Why are Packers fans, and in this case media, okay with the idea of beating Chicago and losing to Seattle? I understand how good Seattle's defense is. Like,
because of the injuries, Evan. It's the injuries. That's the answer.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that
I don't get it.
from an optics
to me,
perspective.
The coach and quarterback have not. But the coach and the quarterback, neither one of them have exceeded
Yeah, but your
expectations.
stud defender and your best offensive weapon are both out. And that's going to be the crutch that I think Packer fans lean on. Because I also, and we talked about this all day yesterday, and I actually took calls, Evan, which you'd be proud of.
The Monday.
Well, Monday, but we didn't talk Vikings. I think there's just this factoid that while there's a lot of injuries, when you have two horses like we have that are not available to run the race, it's a big ask to try to finish a championship run without two of your probably four best players on your team. That's why.
Well, I know the last time the Packers won a Super Bowl, they were without a starter on the offense who was, many people said more important to the team than Rodgers. So, I've seen it before.
Jermichael Finley.
Yeah,
not
Ryan
Mark
Grant.
Tauscher.
So, Evan, I know you love being a jerk and everything, but the bottom line on that is there aren't the same amount.
I love being a jerk.
But no, you do.
And everything.
I was giving you credit.
No,
I'm
you
saying
weren't.
they
I
won
understand.
without you.
I know how you do this. But looking at it, you cannot compare anyone from the 2010 team to Tucker Kraft, and maybe Tucker with Jermichael, but these are two of your four best players on your team that aren't going to be available
Let me ask you both a series of questions. As we sit here today, on January 5th. Yeah, you're right.
6th.
6th, sorry. It's my mom's birthday. I should have known that.
Happy birthday, Mama Cohen.
Yeah. So, anyway, as we sit here today, I'm going to give you three options for each of these people. Fell short of expectations, met expectations, or exceeded expectations. So fell short, met, or exceeded. Matt LaFleur this year. Fell short, met, or exceeded.
You have to tell me what happens this postseason. You've judged these guys
up
on postseason.
Through the regular season.
Oh, short of expectations.
Agreed.
Jason?
Yes, agreed.
Okay. Jordan Love, same three.
Met expectations.
Yeah, he was in the MVP conversation. It's amazing how Tausch always says the league comes at you quick. This whole thing is flipped. But yes, met expectations, did not exceed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Now, for tenure with the Packers, Matt LaFleur fell short of expectations, met expectations, or exceeded expectations so far. Tenure with the Packers.
Met.
Yeah, I was going to say Met too.
Okay,
a lot of
Jordan
agreement
Love,
here.
same question. Jordan Love.
Exceeded. Expectations. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Is this what you were hoping for? There's a lot of agreement here.
No, I was hoping for honest answers. So the assessment of the Green Bay Packers is right now basically this.
Jason, if you ask Packer fans, hold up one second, Evan. If you ask Packer fans, Matt LaFleur's tenure, that's a good question. I don't want to let it go.
I understand.
If you ask Packer fans, has Matt LaFleur met or exceeded whatever Evan just asked, you polled that, where Packer fans are going to say below expectations, I almost guarantee it.
So, just to be clear, Evan likes to be a jerk and everything. You like to interrupt and everything, but it's a worthwhile interruption. It's a really good question. I guarantee you that Packers fans, the majority of them, Jesse could poll this, maybe, they would say he has not met expectations. He has fallen short of expectations.
And you know what's funny, guys? From when he was hired till now, I would actually say he exceeded expectations. Because I couldn't believe they hired him in the first place. So if you remember back, I thought, I was like, wow, the opening to coach Aaron Rodgers in his prime, holy crap, who are they going to come up with? I remember sitting there on the air saying, I wonder if this is the job that gets Nick Saban to scratch the itch to go back to the NFL. I wonder if guys would leave their respective jobs. Now, we realize later why no one wanted to coach Rodgers. I didn't know that at the time, but clearly no one wanted to coach him. And you get a guy who was an up-and-comer that I'm like, I cannot believe they hired the Titans offensive coordinator,
who was
Coach Aaron Rodgers.
Possible to get fired.
Right. I couldn't believe that they actually hired this guy. So from that moment to today, I would say exceeded expectations. Once I found out who he was as a coach, now I would say he has not met expectations because I can't believe that they're as bad at times as they are. So I know that is so I guess you could split in the middle and say met expectations on the whole. But I went from exceeding expectations to now not meeting them relative to the totality of his career. My point, and what I was getting at. I wasn't looking for any answers other than honest ones, which I got. My point is basically what the Packers are is they're a meet expectations team as long as your expectations aren't that they win the Super Bowl. That's what they are. They'll meet your expectations. They want to keep them.
Their first 3 years with LaFleur, they went to the NFC Championship game both years.
Greatest
I understand
record
they had
in history of
Rodgers.
coaching for the first 3 years.
The third year, they were the number 1 seed, and they played like absolute trash at home against the 49ers, who are their kryptonite. 22, Rodgers has all kinds of whatever, and that was a train wreck of a season. We all get that. And now the last 3 years, they've had a young starting quarterback, and they have been the 7th seed, which isn't great in Titletown. It's not 7th seed town. But, again, I don't think you should keep a guy or extend a guy or say this guy's a great coach only because you're worried about, well, we might not get somebody as good. But I also think you have to appreciate that the guy knows what he's doing, despite the frustrations that fans have. And I understand them. I understand the frustrations. But I think is there room for improvement for this coach in year 7? Absolutely. But I think he gets quarterbacks.
Want to be the coach then? If they're not satisfied with him, which I get it, who do they want to be the coach?
That's a great question. Of people that are available, there seems to be, again, and it's just social media and YouTube comments, it seems to be that they would like to replace him with Kevin Stefanski, which I don't understand because Kevin Stefanski is basically a less successful version of Matt LaFleur,
no,
isn't
the
he?
right answer is Jeff Hafley is who people want him to replace with.
Not after that game against Baltimore.
It's
I think
a one game.
Bloom is off the rose for some fans.
So people don't care that Hafley was incredibly unsuccessful at BC as a head coach.
No.
Okay. And I'm not saying they should, right? Like, Jim Caldwell went to the Super Bowl with the Colts as a head coach. He was horrific at Wake Forest, right? Like, one has nothing necessarily to do with the other than his only head coaching experience was very unsuccessful. And I'm not saying that would scare me off. I'm just pointing that out.
All right, so, Evan,
do people believe, wait, Tausch, one other thing on this. Do people believe if they were to move on from LaFleur and one of the big names would become available that they could get them? In other words, could they get a Tomlin? Could they get a Harbaugh?
Yeah, they could if they wanted. They could get John Harbaugh. If that's what they want.
People won't like what I'm about to say, but you know who would actually make some sense if LaFleur left or got fired?
I got a hunch I know who you're going to say.
Big Mike.
Yep.
Big Mike coming back, round number 2.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You don't have to pay the moving expenses.
That's true. You're right in Wildy's backyard. All right, Evan, before you go, because I also want Jesse to pull this, I want you to go on the record because you said this. There is more pressure on Ben Johnson than Matt LaFleur in this game Saturday. That is what you said, correct?
There's more pressure on Ben Johnson to beat the Packers, more pressure on Matt LaFleur to win a playoff.
No. This isn't a pick your adventure.
You're not going to get me to break on that. That is exactly what I'm saying.
You're not saying anything.
How I feel.
More pressure. You have to answer the poll. More pressure as the coach, Ben Johnson or Matt LaFleur. What's your answer?
For this Sunday's game.
Well, they play Saturday, so that's not going to work.
Right. For this Saturday's game, for the two teams playing, I actually believe it is Ben Johnson because of the fact that he specifically, out of nowhere, for no apparent reason, called out Matt LaFleur.
It's such a nothing burger. Yeah, I get it, but it's so. So, Jesse, poll that. Evan Cohen says more pressure on Ben Johnson. I think it's Matt LaFleur. I think this is a canyon. I do. Thank you, Evan.
Bye. Sound like you're very thankful. Bye.
I know you like to be a jerk and everything is still my favorite line from that conversation. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Toscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Welcome aboard Colton Joseph, the Old Dominion transfer quarterback posing a dual threat under center. Joseph ranked 15th in ESPN's power rankings of transfer QBs. Joseph finishing 8th in the nation in total offense, racking up over 300 yards per contest. Just over 2,600 yards in the air with 21 scores. Meanwhile, over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns on the ground. One of a number of commitments for Wisconsin in the early transfer pickup window, Badgers transfer class ranked 5th according to 247 Sports.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvie on Thursday, January 29th for Andy North Trivia Night presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and along with the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6. Visit AndyNorthAndFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
The College Football Playoff Semifinals on ESPN Radio. Thursday in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
From 47 yards, he got it!
Ole Miss faces Miami.
And it's intercepted! It's going to be a Miami pick six!
Then on Friday in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's Indiana, Oregon. The College Football Playoff Semifinals, 7 Eastern. Thursday and Friday on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Say you don't want nothing, but you look better on me. You look better on me. Let me show you something. So you look good on me.
Thanks to Evan Cohen.
I don't know how this song isn't royalty filled.
So good.
Great tune.
Great tune. Sabrina Carpenter. She did a royalty-free song. Look, Evan has done this, and he's done it at an extremely high level for a really long time. Morning Men, Unsportsmanlike, ESPN West Palm. He is 1,000 times better at this than me. I have no problem admitting that. I don't know if I could disagree with him more on his take about there being more pressure on Ben Johnson with this game than Matt LaFleur. I don't see it, even no matter how much blank he talked and continues to. We play our guys. Yeah, and your guys lost to a team that wasn't playing for anything. Maybe I need to consult Bears fans, Tausch, but obviously they want to win the game. They want to beat the Packers. They wanted to have all that. But you're telling me that after the way this season has gone, if they lose to the Packers on Saturday, they're still not going, hey, what a great first year. We got our guy. He's going to get our quarterback right. We're going to beat the pants off the Packers in the future. It would have been nice to win this one, but we love where we're headed. I don't see that pressure at all on him. Tell me why I'm wrong.
No, you nailed it. That's why what Evan said is idiotic. Finn. Period, Finn.
Okay.
I think he's just getting a little too cute with it. Because he's trying to say, like, beating the Packers is more important than winning a playoff game. And I think it is a playoff game, so you can't say, like, you can't differentiate between the two. It just, I don't know. I think he's getting
it's
too
a huge
cute with
game. It's a huge game. They want to win it. I'm not saying they don't. But a little bit like 2023 for these guys. Because you get into that 49ers game, and you're like, hey, forget the house money. Let's go do this. They got a lead in the fourth quarter or late third quarter, whatever it was. Like, now you're here. Let's go win the whole blanket thing, as Jake, the catcher from Major League, says. But if I'm the Bears and my team, if I'm a fan and my team loses on Saturday night, I'm obviously very disappointed, but I love where my team is headed. And I am not crestfallen by that. If the Packers lose to the Bears again,
this offseason is going to be miserable.
It is. It's going to be terrible.
It will be all set up. And as we saw last offseason, what happens in the playoffs dictates the conversation and also the actionable items that Brian Gutekunst does and Matt LaFleur does. So let's say that this game, nobody can get any pressure on Caleb Williams, or you're going to say, Micah's back. Yep, but we better address the edge. We better address the corner. If they run it down our throats like Baltimore did, you don't believe that they're going to be looking a lot harder at a stud, big boy inside D lineman that can stop the run? Of course they will. You are judged by postseason football. And if you have a unit that falls short and gets exposed, it is exposed for 8 months.
Yeah.
That's why these games are so it's winning and winning championships is great. But I'm telling you right now, the pressure is solely on the Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur. The Chicago Bears, they can't believe that they're in the position they're in. And they're going to say the right things, and because they've beaten the Green Bay Packers. And by the way, they win, they're going to be playing Philly, who they ran all over at their place. So they're looking at it like, if we could find a way to beat these guys, not that they'll be favored against Philly or San Fran, however it all shakes itself out. That's how this whole thing goes. Things can change quickly, as we've seen.
What doesn't change, when I actually follow the show sheet, is your love of Coors Light.
Coors Light, brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill. And you know what? Playoff games, basketball games, win or lose, you want to make sure those mountains are blue. It's starting to get warm again, so make sure your mountains are blue on your Coors Light bottle and or can. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The countdown continues to the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears squaring off in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs Saturday night at Soldier Field. Packers-Bears, 7 o'clock kickoff, televised outside of the Milwaukee, Green Bay, and Chicago TV markets, exclusively streaming on Amazon Prime. In those three markets, it is available on over-the-air television. Sportsbooks have shifted already. The Bears opened as slight favorites, but that has changed already. The Packers currently listed as 1.5-point road favorites in this matchup, according to most sportsbooks. Plenty to get you set for the game, including this morning on Wilde and Tausch until noon here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. College basketball, fresh off a loss Saturday night on national TV against third-ranked Purdue. The Badgers looking to bounce back tonight at the Kohl Center for the first time ever, hosting UCLA in a Big Ten conference game. Tip time set for 8 o'clock, streaming on Peacock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. This is one of those few times where I said something that led to a quote that got a lot of attention. It's happened a number of times over the last couple of years, especially with the press conferences being on video all the time. Remember when I started a question to Matt LaFleur, which had nothing really to do with having a number one wide receiver, and he interjected. That was before he started drinking water when I would ask questions, which I think is a much better policy. I appreciate his patience.
That's a noticeable trend that he has continued.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad I could provide him a chance to hydrate and refresh. But I started to say something, and I mentioned number one receiver, and he interrupted and said, that makes me want to vomit. Right? Every time I hear that, I want to vomit.
Fun word.
So Jesse was reading this fascinating piece from Dan Graziano about myths about the playoff teams. And Dan Graziano chose the myth that they don't have a true number one wide receiver.
Sure we do. Yeah, we have one number one.
I guess I feel like that myth has been put to bed. Like I don't know if you could choose that as your myth.
Yeah, that bed is she's sleeping in there. Nice. Yep.
Right? Because it has become abundantly clear since he returned and the production he's had since he returned that their number one wide receiver is Christian Watson. Which is what Dan Graziano says, but I feel like that myth was already debunked a couple weeks ago. Like, if we're looking for myths, there's got to be a different myth that's still current. Like, I don't know, you could have argued the Packers' defense is a top-flight defense, right? Based on the run defense against Baltimore. You can say that's a one-off, or you could say that's a big concern. But Christian Watson, they need Christian Watson to come up big for them to go anywhere in the postseason. Right?
No doubt about it. And I know there's been a lot of conversation around Christian Watson's first 4 or 5 years in this league. And, obviously he has not been able to stay healthy. And he, got back from this ACL that he, blew out early January last year, came back before Halloween. And since he's been back, has been a huge difference maker. He's, able to take slants to the house. He's able to put a lot of pressure on a defense in order to, roll safeties. And we saw last year in the Philly game when you could shrink the field the way they did without Christian, and I think Jaden Reed got hurt. It was tough sledding, and we couldn't move the ball really at all. That cannot be the case on Saturday. It obviously, Christian Watson showcased himself against the Bears pretty doggone good, and he is as healthy and as fresh as you're going to see because he was able to have half the season. He needs to be that guy. Him and Jordan Love, I would argue, they need to put up big numbers. They need to put a ton of pressure on this Bears defense, and hopefully that allows Josh Jacobs to do some things. And if we are going to make a long postseason run, yes, our defense will need to create turnovers and do things that we saw last year without Micah. That's going to be key as well. But we will go probably as far as Jordan Love and Christian Watson in this offense are able to take us.
And look, if Tucker Kraft stays healthy for the whole year, I don't think I say the same thing. Because I think even though he's a tight end, I think Tucker Kraft is the number one pass option. But Christian Watson is a pretty close number 2 if this plays out the way you would have liked to have seen it play out. I want to get into something that Michelle Smallman, Lord knows we heard enough from Evan Cohen today, so we don't need to hear any more from him from Unsportsmanlike. But Michelle Smallman said something interesting that perked our ears. We'll hear what it was next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Coming up Saturday night on Amazon Prime, it's the Green Bay Packers, the 7th seed, and the 2 seed Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. Do or die in the wild card round for these two divisional rivals that split the regular season series. This, however, will only be the third time these two teams meet in the postseason. The first time back in 1941 when the Bears took care of business, and the other, the 2010 NFC Championship game. We know how that went.
And the winner of the George S. Hallis Trophy, the Green Bay Packers, the first number 6 seed from the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl.
Audio courtesy of Fox. Packers-Bears, 7 o'clock Saturday night.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Donate at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Badger fans, get ready to give back and chuck some pucks. Join Wisconsin Men's Hockey Friday, January 9th as the Badgers host Chuck a Puck, presented by BMO when they take on Alaska Anchorage at 7 p.m. Donate new or gently used recess equipment for the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County to earn your chance to throw a puck on the ice after the game and win prizes like a Wisconsin hockey jersey, signed sticks, or 2026-27 season tickets. Get your tickets to the game now and learn more at uwbadgers.com.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
I was afraid that college would be like high school. I worried about starting over and feeling alone. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm part of a community, and I've never felt alone. My instructors have been incredible, and I made so many friends and connections. My advice to others, don't let your fears stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
It's on to the playoffs.
It's a clean slate.
In Chicago.
When you get to the postseason, everybody's 0-0.
Get ready and react this Saturday with Green Bay Game Day and Game Night, starting at 4 p.m. right here on ESPN Madison.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. Packers-Bears Saturday nights on Amazon Prime, if you haven't heard, from Soldier Field in Chicago again. We like solutions. We don't have any. If you live in Milwaukee, Green Bay, the Fox Cities, Chicago, you're fine. If not, good luck. Hopefully you have Prime and you get all your packages shipped for free. Tausch, we had a major role in Michelle Smallman becoming a Packers fan, right? We can take credit.
We had a role. I don't know if I'd say major. I think
significant, appreciable.
Significant role.
Okay. You guys, that's fine. Yeah, I would say role, but you guys can use bigger words.
You were like the first person when she said she was open for business to find out which team she wanted to be a fan of. You were like, let's have her on. Let's get her to be a fan of the Packers. Sure. You had a
very
we want
people coming
role.
on the G&G bandwagon. Absolutely.
So, regardless of how we want to classify our impact, she has definitely leaned into being a Packers fan. Like, she has bought in hook, line, and sinker. In fact, she's gone so far now as to, well, let's hear what she had to say about the little brothers that are the Bears.
The Packers are the team that should beat the Bears at this stage in both of their quarterback and their head coach's tenures, and based on the playoff history of the core. A lot of these Packers players, even though they're young, have been to the playoffs. They know what it's like. They need to handle their business. The Bears are like the Cubs in the Cardinals-Cubs rivalry, where they're scrappy. They have a lot of young players. And ultimately, the Cubs have won a World Series more recently than the Cardinals. The Cardinals are down bad right now. I'm just talking historically. You can't let the little brother beat you. You can't. That is a different type of pain.
No lies detected. Given where the Bears are right now, given the way the first two games went, and given the experience, that's the thing about this Packers team. Like, they're perpetually the youngest team in the league, this and that, and it's true. I would say sometimes they're immature, but they're definitely not inexperienced. So I think she's right. She got that little zinger in there about the little brother. But the bottom line is where the Packers are in their journey to become whatever they're going to be. The Packers, that's why they're favored on the road. They outplayed them in both matchups. They don't have to worry about it's tough to beat the same team 3 times in a year because they kicked away the game at Soldier Field on December 20th. But I'm in total agreement with Michelle as to where they are currently. Doesn't mean the Packers will win, but I think she makes every point you need to make as a Packers fan that she is.
Well, in essence, all she's saying is the pressure's on the Green Bay Packers. And
yeah,
I'm not going to say it's not, and I think everybody knows it. Now, do you embrace that? Or do you say, well, we split and everything else? We're the better football team. The records would tell you that's not the case. That's fine. The Bears have every right to say what they want to say. The Packers have to go up and show it on Saturday. I just think that this roster's better. I think our quarterback's better. And even with some of the losses that we have, I think we showcased ourselves defensively. We could do a lot of really good things. You just can't turn the ball over. If Green Bay doesn't turn the ball over against the Bears this week, they're beating them. That's it. And I know we can't do that in Green Bay game day, and we can't talk about that on the Green and Gold preview, and that's fine. But the Bears live on creating turnovers. If they can't create turnovers Saturday, they're not beating the Green Bay Packers. And when you have that as kind of the barometer, you should win those games. Now, I won't say that same thing in Seattle. I think it'll be a much bigger challenge. And it sounds crazy as a 7-2, but that's just how I feel. I could be wrong, but I've watched enough of these teams, and I watched enough of these two teams play where Chicago, give them credit in that second half at Lambeau, I didn't envision them being able to do that. If they can do that for 4 quarters, tip your cap and say, hey, then everything I just said, throw out the baby with the bathwater, because then it's all just foolishness.
What do you make, and we can get into this further if you want a little bit later, but what do you make of what the Bears were able to do offensively against San Francisco a couple of games ago? Is that a function of where the 49ers defense is at? Because the Seahawks didn't exactly put up big numbers on Saturday night against them. How should I view that in your mind?
It's a really interesting question, and I think Seattle's offense has been up and down. They also lean on the run game. Chicago putting up that many points on San Fran. San Fran's got their 2 best players not available. That's just part of the deal. They have no pass rush. Green Bay, we'll see. Without Micah, can we rush the passer with 4? Do we have to do some different things to get after Caleb? I would say you're going to have to. And I don't recall somebody that watched the tape and really broke it down at that second game without Micah can let me know if there was a ton of pressure that was brought. But I know the defense did its job for about 55 minutes of that ball game. Mm-hmm. And you got to finish it. And I'm sure everybody in that locker room on the defensive side of the ball, I would think Jeff Hafley will put up FINISH on their grease board. And that's what this whole message is going to be about all week, because finish each play. You never know which play is going to be the one that changes the complexion of a ball game. And if they do that, I don't envision the Bears having some monster day. Maybe Chicago can find a way to hammer and run the football. I would think that they're going to look at that Baltimore film. They don't have Derrick Henry, but I like their kid, man. Menunge is a player now. He's going to crack skulls. And they're going to come in and think, because I do give their O-line a lot of credit. The thing I will give the Chicago Bears the most credit about is they fixed, especially their interior part of their O-line, which was always a trouble spot against Green Bay. They have that fixed. And I would bet that is going to be their plan, and then base some play action and movement stuff off of that. And if they can do that, I don't envision them having a San Francisco type of game, but I also don't envision them having the struggles that they had the last time these two teams played.
As someone who was there for RELAX, what is the maximum number of letters that you can do a spell out of before? Like, I had to think about that for a second. Maybe that's just my little bare brain, but
I think it's 7.
7?
Because Aretha did RESPECT.
Yeah, but she sang it. I think that gives you a little more leeway.
I'm sticking with 7.
Panic, relax.
I think 5 is probably right.
Yeah.
In the audio world, I'd say 5.
Yeah. But finish, you're right. That is exactly what his message should be.
Well, yeah, and the only reason I spelled that out is because you know how these guys, you get grease boards up in front of us, and I think they still use whiteboards. I don't know.
Just going to say, do we still use those?
You get up there, and you want to pound home a message to a group. That group needs to know, and the whole team, because they didn't finish and they got their blanks beat because of it. You can't just play 55 minutes of football. You got to go all the way, and then in that case, you needed 70 minutes of football. You have to... And this was, I don't remember which one of our callers on Green Bay game night called in. The thing that's probably most concerning about the Matt LaFleur, especially this season, we had more opportunities to stomp on throats, and we just don't.
Yeah, you're right.
We let teams hang around and let things like that happen, and the good teams don't. Like, how many games outside of those first 2 did we truck anybody?
Yeah, and then when you say that, you know, my mind immediately goes to Denver, where it's 23-14, and they do try to stomp on the Broncos' throats, right? With the deep shot to Watson, and he ends up leaving in an ambulance, and that was. I thought that was.
I didn't have any complaints about that play at all. It's great.
Right, me too.
You got to execute it better. He underthrew him.
Yeah, but I thought if he doesn't get hurt on that play, we are talking the story of that game. Because who knows? Maybe that's the butterfly effect, that then they're not in the position where Micah Parsons tears his ACL, all that other stuff, right? We'll never know. But you know what the conversation is? If they hit on that throw after that game, it's about
jugular.
Matt LaFleur finally went for the jugular.
Yep.
Exactly. And instead, it was definitely not that, and they haven't won since. We'll get to trivia coming up. We're going to take a little bit of a detour. Jesse wants to spend a little time hearing from our guy, Barry Alvarez, so we're going to do that next. After I tell you about Associated Bank, they've been with us from the beginning. They're going to continue to be with us. We're incredibly appreciative of their partnership. They have been so loyal to us, and we obviously are loyal to them as well. And they are the best when it comes to customer service. I've been telling you about it for years now because it's true. Not only do they have the awards, but they have the great perks that back it up. Of course, Packers checking, Badgers checking, Brewers checking. You can show your team colors with your checking account. That's great. It is. But what's even more important, early pay. You have access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early. So sometimes things are a little out of balance. You want to be able to have access to that paycheck. Credit monitoring. You want to make a big purchase, you want to make sure your credit's in the right place. They've got you covered on that. We knew what our credit was when we purchased our furniture from Steinhoffel's. And, of course, fraud protection, and that was the most important one for me because they had my back and made sure that nothing bad happened when someone got my information. So go to AssociatedBank.com and make the switch today. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear, only with Packers checking. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life.
Hey, this is Gene Cho, Bucky from 03 to 05. Most memorable moment? Definitely getting arrested at a football game for crowd surfing as Bucky. Oof, maybe not the best shining moment for Bucky.
Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
We're on the Packers, because we're on the postseason.
The time these guys get on that bus, it's over. It is a new season, and it is all about the next step.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
We'll get back to Packers, Bears in a bit. Jesse, you're still doing this Barry Alvarez show?
We got a few more weeks left of it out at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton through the College Football Playoff National Championship game.
Oh, nice.
We'll be on the night after the championship game, and then that'll be it for the season. We'll do a few shows throughout the offseason as well.
And if I can make a recommendation, you guys do a great job with the Barry Alvarez show. Great job with the FCS championship on the Monday night. They had an open window. That was great. I got to watch the back end of that. The Stag Bowl, instead of playing it Sunday night against an NFL game, play it tonight. Have it on Tuesday night. Tonight, because River Falls, that was a great game, great championship. Imagine the eyeballs tonight as this. You just make it a like almost a playoff palooza week. Give it its own night.
Again, grab the T-shirt.
Well, I think the problem is they have college basketball agreements in place for conference games that are going on. Mondays is still open because they have the playoff game next week, so they keep that open through next week.
All right, doubleheader it then on Monday. Have the Stag Bowl first, and then the FCS championship the next. That's another. If you want it, that's fine. I understand there's conflict. Okay, there you go.
So you're telling me that there's regular season basketball.
You make a commitment to a conference. You have to.
SEC,
I'll
ACC,
totally get that.
Whoever else, yeah.
All I'm saying is the Stag Bowl was great. It's awesome. River Falls, what a story. You don't jam it in there on a Sunday night against the Ravens Steelers. You don't go up against the NFL if you don't have to. But the FCS did a really smart job of moving it. It was the Saturday before that Monday night. I think they found something. And I would argue let's doubleheader that up and really make it a big Monday then on ESPN.
So it appears.
Boy, Montana State tried to choke that thing away. Holy cats. 10 false starts. This is something that is always intriguing, and it happened to me my first time. You're playing ball, and you're a backup, and you're taking snaps, and it's usually late in games, and you never have to deal with crowd noise. And I remember we played at Cincinnati. It wasn't even we lost that game, but it wasn't even like loud, but it got loud enough that I couldn't hear. And it is so, that first time you're playing and you can't hear a snap count, it is like you're driving blind. You don't know what the heck is going on. So that's what happened. That kudos to them for filling the stadium and making it super loud. I was empathizing with that group because I'm sure, yes, you play in great stadiums across the WEAC and across everywhere else, and Montana State, great crowds. But I'm guessing that's the first time and then you have the moment with it. Really glad Montana State was able to kind of pull through on that.
Looks like ESPN's TV commitments tonight, just for example, Duke at Louisville.
Good game.
Cincinnati at West Virginia.
Less interesting game.
Wake me in March.
So I guess what I was trying to say is you could probably build it in that you
Don't we have like 6 stations too? Can you
Yeah.
throw it on ESPN?
I thought all I wanted to say was the agreements. I understand that concept. This would be a one-off for a football game, which we know how much people love to watch football.
I don't know what ABC's drawn on their normal primetime lineup. I'm guessing the Stag Bowl in this game last night ain't going to do much worse, or it's going to probably do better than whatever they're putting out. No offense to whatever
they used to play the Stag Bowl on ESPNU, and they put it on a Saturday.
They
did. So it was on a Saturday, but fewer people would watch it because it was buried on the lesser channel.
It would have been nice for it to have a better viewing opportunity because Tausch is right. Last night I had that game on too.
Fun finish.
Tell us more about what you were watching or listening to at the Barry Alvarez show last night at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
We haven't talked much because obviously the Packers are getting ready to play the Bears in the playoffs, but the transfer portal is in full swing, and the Badgers have made some noise in the transfer portal. As of last night, they had the 6th best portal class ranked by 247 Sports. They got a quarterback from Old Dominion, who was the guy that they had circled. Colton Joseph was the one that they wanted to get. Dual threat quarterback. Threw for more than 2,000 yards, rushed for more than 1,000 yards.
Saw that he got up to 21.6 miles an hour running, which is
Christian Watson.
Very fast.
We did ask Coach Alvarez about that last night. Here's what he said.
That's what excites me. You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. I like a threat at quarterback that can hurt you a number of ways, and that just could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Excited for Colton Joseph coming in. So get to know the name. What does that mean for Carter Smith, though? What does it mean for where the quarterback situation is now, Tausch?
It means Colton Joseph's going to be the starting quarterback. Everybody else is going to be scrambling to play, but back up and find a role, which is, I think, a very fair way of going about doing business.
Speaking of the transfer portal, just a quick question. Did I see that Jake Renfro is transferring to Illinois for what would be his 7th season? Is that right?
I don't know. I know he's transferring, and he's trying to get it. It looks like Hunter Vaughn is waving his head yes. So, yes, he's going to Illinois, according to Hunter Vaughn.
I think he's got 6 years in the books. So, I find myself fascinated by how this what is it, Van Wilder? Is that the movie?
Yeah,
that the guys
movie.
in college?
Yeah, very fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next topic. Sorry to interject.
In general, I asked Coach Alvarez about the recruiting process for guys transferring because I said it's got to be a lot different than when you did this back in the day, right? Here's what he said to that.
Now I think you start with how much. I think that's what the recruit starts with. How much can you pay me? It's not about our campus, about our coaching staff, about the relationships with our coaches and our players. It's not about who graduates from our school, what percentage of our student athletes graduate. It doesn't seem like it's about any of that anymore. It's about how much. So, that's foreign to me. But whatever the game is, you better be able to adapt to it.
It's disheartening to hear because he said it so bluntly, and I'm like, he's right, but dang.
None of that other stuff matters. Boy, the union is beautiful in the summer. Yeah, but how much are you going to pay me so I can buy lots of ice cream?
Well, you know what else is real interesting? It used to be, I don't even know if we can get him into school here. None of that. You know what I mean? So
that's a good point.
The whole concept of that is, it's a different world. We all know it, and Barry is 100% right. It is. All right, what do you want? All right, do we feel like that's a value that we can accept and live with? And then you start the conversation about your family and everything else because it's the NFL. You're going to figure out, is it a fit? and is it a fit financially? And if those two things don't work, you just move along. That's how it goes.
You're right. You're right again. Jesse, is it time for trivia? Am I reading this correctly?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and you did this. We talked Barry, so you could segue into Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Wow. You do some nice work.
Show sheet.
Looks like Jake Renfro is going to wear number 57 at Illinois. I'm just throwing it out there.
Divide that by. He played in 4 games this year for Wisconsin. So divide 57 by 4.
How about Colton? Well, this is about the same number. How about Colton Joseph was ranked as the 15th best quarterback in the transfer portal by ESPN.
Old Dominion quarterback factory.
Yeah. Monarchs.
Yeah. Let's do 15. Caller 15 for Wilde and Tausch Trivia. It is Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock. Caller 15 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 15 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Well, are you thinking a new vehicle or even some vehicle maintenance would help kickstart your new year? Well, then get in touch with the great team at Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust. When it comes to safe winter driving, the place to prepare is not on the side of the road, it's at Zimbrick Chevrolet. And as you're hitting the road to visit family, gather with friends, to watch the game, or to experience a snowy weekend adventure, make sure your vehicle is ready to take on the Wisconsin winter. Get a tune-up. If your car is due for a scheduled maintenance or just needs a tune-up, do it now. If certain parts are damaged, like the water pump, hoses, and belts, they could unexpectedly leave you stranded. Check the battery. Cold temperatures reduce a battery's storage capacity, and the more frigid the temperature, the more power your engine needs to start. Zimbrick Chevrolet can install a new battery in minutes. Some more winter driving advice? Check your tires, change your oil, and keep the gas tank full. Make sure your vehicle is ready for the winter roads. Call to schedule an appointment with the great team at Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. All January at Steinhoffels, test rest any mattress. Get a $20 lunch gift card, and Steinhoffels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, only at Steinhoffels. Welcome aboard Colton Joseph, the Old Dominion transfer quarterback posing a dual threat under center. Joseph ranked 15th in ESPN's power rankings of transfer QBs. Joseph finishing 8th in the nation in total offense, racking up over 300 yards per contest. Just over 2,600 yards in the air with 21 scores. Meanwhile, over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns on the ground. Badgers transfer class ranked 5th according to 247 Sports.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Donate at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
The College Football Playoff Semifinals on ESPN Radio. Thursday in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
From 47 yards, he got it!
Ole Miss faces Miami.
And it's intercepted! It's going to be a Miami pick six!
Then on Friday in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's Indiana, Oregon. The College Football Playoff Semifinals, 7 Eastern. Thursday and Friday on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. Right now, you can get Pella windows at a discount with Siding Unlimited. Yes, end-of-the-year pricing is a discount right before the 2026 price increases, saving you big money on your project right now. Buy now, install in spring, and lock in. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
We're on the Packers.
This is a crazy season. There isn't a juggernaut.
Because we're on the postseason.
There's not one team that this team can't beat. And as we saw earlier, there's not one team that this team cannot get beaten by.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Time? Wow, we're going to have trivia 2 days in a row. We don't even have to do double trivia Geography Wednesday tomorrow. Time for trivia presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs $10 deal meal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app. And Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
A little bit of news from the NFL from Adam Schefter. The Washington Commanders will have a different offensive and a different defensive coordinator next year, but they will obviously be keeping Dan Quinn.
That's not fair.
What do you mean?
Why is that not fair?
They had so many injuries. Jaden Daniels got hurt. He was out like the whole season.
Tough break, bro.
Josh Johnson was starting games for them down the stretch.
And they won. You don't win in this league, you have to change some things up. That's just kind of how it goes. And I think looking at it, was that Joe Witt?
Joe Witt, former Packers assistant. He's the defensive coordinator, or was. And then Cliff Kingsbury. Looking for other opportunities elsewhere as well. But I just thought it was interesting because if Jeff Hafley were to leave, if Dan Quinn had become available, I think there was a good chance that he'd be the next option.
How do you think if Jeff Hafley left, would Matt LaFleur offer Jimmy Leonard the job again, or is he spurned?
Ooh. It's a great question.
What's the answer?
I don't know if he's as big of a grudge holder as me.
Okay.
So I don't know if he would say, no, you had your chance. Like, if you really feel good about him, like Vance Joseph, his defense is something that Matt LaFleur really likes. Jeff Hafley has turned out to be a really good hire. However, I don't know if any of us really saw that coming. Nobody
college
head coach.
It was a big boy move.
Right. So you would theoretically have all, the world is your oyster on who you might want to hire. But I don't. My gut tells me that ship sailed because of the decision that he made.
That's a bummer.
I'd love to have him. That's for sure. All right, let's play some trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Mike, the wedding DJ. Mike, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Let me be the last to wish you guys a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm not one of these guys like Evco and Canty. And you want to say Happy New Year all the way to the 31st of January, I'm good with it. What is that hurting anybody? So Happy New Year.
It's just like running onto the field after a win. What is that?
Well, no, that's security, and there could be that's different than this, Jason. But your point is not well taken.
You don't see I don't see the harm in you rushing the field because you beat Washington or whoever else they beat.
I said I hated it against Illinois, though. Like, I changed my tune. Just like the Packers changed quarterbacks to tune, I changed my tune.
First field storm, he liked it. Second field storm, he's like,
I lost track.
Because it kind of made me sad. That's why. That doesn't mean that I'm the arbiter on all things doing it. I'm just telling you how I felt. Okay. Joy and euphoria and relief for the crew that struggled against Washington, and then I kind of was like, this makes me sad, the Illinois game. That's all.
I lost track of that. All right, Mike, question number 1 in Badgers Trivia Tuesday is this. For the first time ever, Wisconsin welcomes Big Ten opponent to the Kohl Center tonight for a conference game.
It's UCLA. First time ever at the Kohl Center. I'll be there 8 o'clock. It's only on Peacock, though, so you better be there if you want to see it.
Seems like he's been paying attention.
You want to stick around and do the Sports Center update here in a couple minutes, Mike?
That's pretty good.
I could certainly do it, Jesse. You know I've got the training.
Okay. Why don't you just tell me what question 2 is? Question 2, Mike, is this. Originally scheduled for a 7 p.m. start, which Badger sport moved its home start
the men's
time?
hockey team against Alaska Anchorage. Restricted to 5.
Love it.
This is fantastic.
It's good stuff.
Okay.
If this was Jeopardy, he'd be disqualified. You got to let the question finish.
But it's not
before.
Jeopardy,
Yeah.
and this has been
Now
extremely entertaining.
The pressure's on. He has to do the third one, too.
I know. Question 3, Mike, is this. Wisconsin women's basketball.
They beat Penn State 74-73.
Do you have our show sheet?
Wow.
It'd be great if somebody
just wanted to have the
had
best
your show
performance.
sheet.
Nope, I want to be in the Hall of Fame of the contestants. I'm rarely on because Jesse keeps picking me as the caller right before the actual caller.
Jesse's a rascal.
I needed to be impressive.
He's a rascal.
I know, I understand that this is palmy. Very palmy. But considering that the third question, all I said was Wisconsin women's basketball, and he got it right, so he interjected on all 3. I am going to go out on the limb.
Is this a G-Pot?
And the greatest performance of all time. I do believe we have just witnessed the greatest, and the good news is, if I stop talking and let Mike go, we've actually made up a lot of time on the clock, too.
Yeah?
Mike, bravo, sir. You have 4 entries into Friday's drawing. You don't get any bonus entries for being so expeditious, but you get our thanks and our wonderment that you pulled that off. That was incredible. Thanks, buddy.
I want to be fast-tracked into the tournament. I should be seated.
I don't
want
think
to be
I could
Oregon.
disagree. With a performance like that, I don't think you could disagree.
I have some news regarding the tournament. I have received a bracket.
Authorized?
I have received a bracket seeded from Dale and Reedsburg.
I was going to say, there's no way you did this.
No, not a chance. No. Dale and Reedsburg, based on 2025 Wilde and Tausch trivia performances.
Is Mike in it?
I believe he's in it. I will
this
find
was
the bracket.
Yeah, this is the Kapot.
If he's not in it, he will be in it. That was impressive.
Yep,
All right, Mike, thanks for playing.
And how big is the tournament field from Dale?
128.
32 is a good number.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we'll talk about it, but it's doable.
Okay.
All right. Also doable.
I think we could do some bubbling, too. We could have some bubble busting bracket busters to get into the 32.
But I have a first 4?
Yeah. If
If
the desire's there, I think we should be up for it.
And we can present the first 4 of that tournament from Jones Dairy Farm, because they're first when it comes to all those great sausages and bacon and Braunschweiger.
What a great holiday we had. Bacon everywhere. We bacon wrapped everything. We saw the video with Eleanor. We bacon wrapped shrimp. We bacon wrapped scallops. And you know what? Jones Bacon, it is life-changing. What makes it so special? It's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks. Intense flavor, and it's worth the wait. Smoked with real cherry wood and hickory hardwood, never liquid smoke. Jones dry-aged bacon is delicious, and as I just told you, it hit hard for the holidays. You have other holiday recipes. I know we're wrapping that up, but Jones Dairy Farm, you go to jonesdairyfarm.com to find all of their great product. I think this week we're going to have that horchata. You know we're getting that little pork sausage roll. We're going to crisp it up. Going to have the spinach orchetta with the pork sausage from Jones Dairy. Again, go to jonesdairyfarm.com to find their products.
Quick question. If the orchetta wasn't so delicious, would you still want Sarah to make it just so you could say orchetta on the show?
It's definitely a positive, but it's not the orchetta that makes it. It's the crisp crunch of the pork sauce. Their sausage rolls, I've told you this throughout the holidays.
You have.
It's all natural. You don't have all that junk in there, so you feel good about eating it. And man, it's great. And that crispiness of the pork makes it even better. With the
Hopefully,
orchetta.
the 11 o'clock hour will be equally great. It starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors. Trusted and local experts providing the best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors. Expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Green Bay Packers continuing the countdown to their wild card round game against the NFC North division rival Chicago Bears. Saturday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at Soldier Field. Televised, streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime, unless you live in the Green Bay, Milwaukee, or Chicago TV markets, in which case you can see it on over-the-air television. Sportsbooks opened with the Bears as slight favorites. That very quickly changed. As of this morning, the Packers listed as 1.5-point favorites on the road for Saturday night's contest. Plenty to get you set over at ESPN.com and continuing until noon this morning on Wilde and Tausch right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. College basketball, Wisconsin looking to bounce back after a loss Saturday night against third-ranked Purdue. They host the UCLA Bruins for the first time ever tonight. 8 o'clock tip on Peacock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. After the greatest trivia performance of all time, kudos to Mike the Wedding DJ.
What's the most he went, like 4 words in? Is that the highest?
That was amazing. Like, it was seriously, like, I know Jesse is a man of high character.
If I'm Jesse, I'm thinking to myself, boy, am I that predictable?
Did I get hacked?
I'm starting to feel predictable.
Yep.
At the same time, Mike very rudely interrupted an important announcement for fans going to the Saturday Wisconsin men's hockey game that they're starting it at 5 o'clock now to accommodate the Packers-Bears game. So important.
I like that a lot.
We only got to say which sport moved its start time.
So if you're going to the game on Saturday, third-ranked hockey, they're good this year. Go there. And then go home and watch the Packers-Bears game. But if you show up at 7, game's going to be over. Pretty close.
Are there two games that day, and did they put the Badgers in the first window for a doubleheader because they're the home team and they want to think about their fans, or is it just one game?
You're talking about the hockey team?
Never mind.
You don't play 2 games in a day in hockey. That's an intense game, Jay.
That was a reference to the volleyball NCAA tournament schedule fiasco.
Oh, is this a tournament?
No.
It's not.
Oh.
But they did play a tournament recently.
Boy, but it is fun that the athletic department did a really great job of accommodating Badger fans because they realize a lot of Badger fans are Packer fans.
Indeed.
Pretty nice job. So you can take great care of your fans. And I didn't blame the athletic department for the volleyball. I'm blaming the NCAA and just blanking all over Wisconsin volleyball fans. That's all.
Blanking all over. Jesse, I didn't realize you did this. You put the pole in the field? Might be the biggest upset of the day.
Believe it or not, while Evan was on, I did do what was requested of me. Yes.
It's a rarity.
Today's poll, I didn't feel great about how I worded it, and I tried it like 5 different times. This was the best I could come up with. So if you don't like the wording, I'm not open to the comments on it, but yeah.
Tough luck.
Today's poll, at this point in his tenure, has Matt LaFleur met, surpassed, or not met expectations as head coach of the Packers? How do you think the voting has panned out so far, Old T? Those are your 3 options. Surpassed, met, or not met expectations.
Met 50-something and not met about high 30s and then just a little bit of dribble with the over expectations.
You're pretty good at this. Met expectations currently at 53%. Not met expectations, 37%. Surpassed expectations, actually more than you would think, 10%.
That's higher than I thought that people would think.
What does that say to you? You wanted the poll to feel. What does it say?
What I was trying to emphasize to Evan, and why I thought the poll would be interesting, is because I think there's a cross section of Packer fans. I think most Packer fans have looked at Matt LaFleur and said he's done a pretty good job. But they're very disappointed with, especially in the Rodgers era, of what they did in the postseason. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And why I was disappointed and why I brought up the Brewers vibes that I'm getting from Packer fans is we're the blanking Green Bay Packers. I just saw Daniel Whelan said that, right? What gives you confidence you can go win a championship? Because we're the blanking Green Bay Packers.
Indeed. Right? And I'm a great punter.
He is a good punter. Very good punter. Hopefully we don't have to see him much. I hope he punts.
No. I would disagree with that statement. Because when they don't punt, they lose.
Well, convert 4th downs, and that's another conversation. But the Packer way and the fans, I think there is the expectation of always winning and chasing championships. And, you're not going to win it every year. But talked to a couple folks yesterday, and it's
Abe?
Nope, not Abe and Danny. They contributed their fill to the show. I'm still waiting for Hatch to get back.
I was just going to say, what the hell happened to Hatch?
Well, Hatch was saw him at the Hoops game on Saturday, and there is a Purdue dude, the kid that kept draining threes, number 2, reminded me of Hatch. Got a little arrogance to him. He's drilling threes, and he's pulling out the, at our fans, and you're kind of like, he's one of those guys you hate unless he's on your team. It's kind of Hatch. That's kind of how I view that.
Fletcher Lawyer?
He's annoying. And Hatch is a lawyer. Name. So, ironically, Hatch is a lawyer, so that's a funny little deal how that all works out. He didn't fight. He didn't push back when I mentioned that to him. So, anyways, the thought of Packer fans becoming resigned because it's been 15 years and not wanting to throw themselves out there, especially when you don't feel like you're at full throttle. Is that part of this equation why there's so many fans that are just beat the Bears and then anything else is house money? Because I just never thought I'd see or feel that way as a Green Bay Packer fan. When you have a quarterback and a coach that you believe in, which I do, it's just weird to me that we don't. The first year I totally understood it, and then when we saw what he did, expectations change. And the fact that Micah got hurt and I was right there riding that wave.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to feel. And I think that's where Packer fans are too, because we don't want to give in, but we also don't want to set crazy expectations when you're missing 2 of your best 4 players. That's how I think Packer fans are feeling. The majority, not all, but that's how I feel the majority of us are feeling.
How will the results of the poll influence what number caller you would like to ask for? Because you got some big numbers to work with.
I don't know what to do here, Jell. I don't want to be a jerk. I'm not going to come back there and help you.
What did you say to Evan? I know you enjoy being a jerk. Was that the line?
I don't remember.
I know you like being a jerk and all.
And everything.
Yeah.
And everything.
I know you like being a jerk and everything.
Hunter, give me a hand signal. What are we looking for caller for Iron Jock today?
He's only got 10 fingers.
155. Ooh. It's a big number.
There's no way. Is that really what he put
Hunter
up?
just put a 155 up, yeah. Caller 155. New year, new goals. And Iron Jock is here to help you stick to it. Whether you're hitting the gym, heading to work, or just trying to smell better, in 2026, Iron Jock gear has you covered. And right now, ESPN listeners take 30% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $75. Just use that promo code ESPN30 at checkout. That's ESPN30 for the promo code. Look good, smell great, start the year strong with Iron Jock. And right now, you can win an Iron Jock hat. I don't know if I have socks. I have lightweight hoodies. I got shirts. I don't know if I have a nice Iron Jock hat. I can't get it now, but you can if you're caller number 155 to win an Iron Jock hat. 844-770-3776. Caller 155. Streamers, unload. Let's get it rolling.
Streamers unload. Caller 155 844-770-3776. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Start the new year saving money and helping save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Mark Tauscher here, and whether you want some extra spending cash to buy the new jersey of a star player in town, tickets to a big game coming up, or anything else you may be thinking, you can find some extra cash in your pocket when you start saving money with the switch to Everlight Solar. Our family was looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time, but we weren't quite sure where to even start. That's when we met the team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nordman.
The Green Bay Packers will get to their final goal, winning the NFC North, maybe even a Super Bowl run, is to continue this identity of letting it rip. If you get too conservative, you're going to falter like they did earlier in the season. Let it rip, Matt LaFleur.
Do you firmly believe that's the foundation?
I do believe it is now.
Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Want to move better, play faster, and compete at a higher level? Train where Wisconsin's top athletes go. Total Athlete Performance. From middle school phenoms to the pros, TAP is Madison's #1 destination for speed, power, and athleticism. Their proven systems, expert coaches, and cutting-edge equipment help you dominate your sport. Can't make it in? Train anywhere with the TAP mobile app. Spots are filling fast, so don't wait. Visit tapwisconsin.com to schedule your free athletic assessment today.
Doug Brown is Assistant Executive Director of the Dane County Humane Society. Doug, your organization has business technology from James Imaging Systems. Today, we'd like to hear about your mission.
At Dane County Humane Society, we believe that everybody deserves the unconditional love that a companion animal can bring into their lives. We take pride in working with our community to help people help animals.
How so?
We are proud to offer services for adoptions. We're proud to help lost animals find their way home. We're proud to be able to take care of the injured and orphaned wildlife of the community.
How can others lend a hand to help the Dane County Humane Society?
I'd encourage anybody who is interested in helping to visit our website where they can learn more about the organization, including ways to volunteer, to donate, to participate in a special event.
And the Dane County Humane Society's website is?
GiveShelter.org.
One more time.
GiveShelter.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Took a long time. Good thing that music is royalty free. Maybe we need to. Do we need to reevaluate? It was a big number.
I know you like being a jerk and all.
I didn't. I didn't even. I had nothing to do with this. Talk to your boy. The king of the prep mania. Talk to the king.
Okay. So you asked for Hunter. So and you knew Hunter knew what you were looking for. So you're complicit.
I would say I'm semi-complicit. Yes. If he said 61, I would have said okay, great, 61.
Hey Truman, you're the one who picks the number.
True.
You could have seen 155 and thought, that seems high. I'm going to go down a little bit from that.
But I also didn't pick the number.
Hey, Truman.
I offered the opportunity for Hunter to pick a number. He did, and I went back to you with said number. Had he said 26, I would have been like, caller 26.
I'm not sure you would have.
No, I would have. For sure, I would have.
What is 2026 going to be our year of here on Wilde and Tausch? We had year of Check the Tape last year, which we were decent at.
Year of our 10th anniversary show.
10th anniversary year. That's true.
All right. There you go. Good
Easy
answer.
Enough.
Nice job, Jay.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Let me go get Dan's info now.
I'm being told that you saw something on the tweeter that drew your attention. Is that a fact?
It is, because I always appreciate I ask questions, and if Jesse or you don't kind of give me some info, other people
I
do.
feel like I answered the
no,
questions
I'm not.
today.
It's not all about you, Jason. I didn't ask. I asked.
You literally started with.
That's fair. What I asked was how Jeff Hafley approached the game in Chicago from a pressure standpoint, blitzing and whatnot. And Green and Gold Draft on Twitter tweeted at me and said, the Packers pressured Caleb Williams 47.4% of his dropbacks in Week 16. But he excelled under pressure, throwing for 165 yards and 2 tutters. Because what I want to find out is...
So wait a minute. Wait. Green and Gold Draft, which I think is Ron and Sheboygan?
It's Green and Gold Draft, okay. It could be Ron, could be John. I don't know.
I think so. I think that's him, because he tweets a lot to Homer. They pressured him, meaning they created pressure with their pass rush, or they blitzed him or
heavily,
sent 5 or more.
If you would have let me finish. Green Bay blitzed heavily early, 42.9% in the first 3 quarters, and then backed off in the fourth. And obviously, We saw what happened the last 4 minutes in overtime. Obviously, the touchdown was a pressure. So I'll be curious when you talk to Hafley if what he's learned. He's not going to tell you. Obviously, I don't want him to. But the overall pressure rate was 47.4%. That obviously you can pressure with 4. You can pressure with 3. But
sure,
it felt as if early in that game he did decide to heat up Caleb. And I believe, one of the things you took from that first game was he likes to escape to his right. We all see that.
He does.
When you bring pressure off of that side, can you get there and keep him contained? Because if you don't, all of a sudden you're putting your back end in a real tough spot. And it felt as if for a vast majority of that game, Hafley had it dialed up and was kind of cooking. And then for whatever reason, if he decided not to, or if the Bears figured some things out, obviously the second half, the back end of that fourth quarter and overtime, that is not what you want to do if you're Jeff Hafley against this offense Saturday night.
And then when you did pressure, it didn't get home, and you busted your coverage, and it resulted in a game-tying touchdown.
How much do you think Rashawn Gary is going to play Saturday?
Ooh.
Does he have carte blanche to keep himself in or pull himself out, or is he substituted for?
All right, so I'm glad you brought this up because you sent something yesterday that we didn't get have time to.
Hutchie, is that what you're going to say?
That is. Well, let me put. I was not going to call him Hutchie.
By the way, he was coming off of a completely shattered leg, middle of last season. Continue.
So per Jeff Risdon, who covers the Detroit Lions and does a Lions podcast, and this information I'm sure is available on Pro Football Reference, etc., but he certainly shared this, and that's what brought our attention to it. Aiden Hutchinson played 1,005 defensive snaps this season. That was 91% of the Lions' defensive snaps. And I don't think anyone has ever questioned Aiden Hutchinson's effort.
Nobody has.
He's their Micah Parsons, right? He plays a ton of snaps, and he gives 100% effort every single snap. And you sent it along, of course, because by comparison, that is a relatively damning number when you compare it to Rashawn Gary, who, as you joked, Aiden Hutchinson, high snap count guy.
That's why I thought it was interesting, yep.
Rashawn Gary, for the season, finished having played 653 snaps, which is 58.3% of the Packers.
And I'm guessing this is one of his higher snap count years, too.
I will go back and look, but to your actual question for Saturday night, I think Barron Sorrell and Brenton Cox deserve to get some snaps. I thought they were some of the bright spots of Sunday in a game that didn't matter. And I think Rashawn Gary doesn't want to play a big number of snaps anyway. He's not a high snap count guy, as we've been told. So I don't have a problem with those guys getting a little more work. They held Kingsley and Egbare out of the game. I think that tells you where they view Kingsley at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means something. Rashawn Gary last year, you're right, sort of. 639 snaps, that was 58.7% of the snaps.
Yeah, so it's in the same ballpark.
So he's kind of a 58% snap count guy.
And he didn't play last game, so that you can factor that in. There's obviously injuries. He was not injured at all during the season, if my memory serves me.
2023, Rashawn Gary played 587 snaps. That was 52.8% of the snaps.
So he's about a 55% snap guy, which is, I think, low for being. Let's not kid ourselves. He was the Aiden Hutchinson before we brought Micah Parsons in. That
Correct.
was what his role was. My question, I guess, is does he have carte blanche to stay out there in the big money moments of these games? Or is he going to be, because I promise you this, Micah Parsons stays out there as much as he wants. Mm-hmm. If he needs a blow, he taps his helmet, he comes out for a snap, then he goes back. Yep. He's a dog. I do wonder, because it feels like teams are starting to boot towards Rashawn Gary. They are looking at it and they're saying we can get outside of the pocket on him more so than we can on JJ, obviously more so than you could with Micah. And I just wonder on these critical plays, you know what's coming. They're going to boot. They're going to try to get Caleb Williams outside the pocket. Does Rashawn Gary have that carte blanche to go and say, I'm sticking in this game for these snaps, or it's playoff time, I'm going to play more snaps? I don't think he should play more than 60% of the snaps. That's not what he's done all year.
Do you think he should play less?
I do believe Sorrell has earned the right to get more opportunities, and I think it sounds crazy. I think they do need to come at Rashawn Gary's expense, not at J.J. Enagbari's.
Yeah. Again, I agree with Tausch. I don't know. Like, the other question I would ask, and again, I don't like being this guy, and I don't have enough conversations with Rashawn. I would love to be able to ask him more of these direct questions. We tried, if you remember, a couple weeks ago, and he said, I think I'm doing a great job. Which, again, I don't know how to respond to that. But I guess my question is, should he have carte blanche to stay in the game? And my question is, should he have carte blanche to come out the way he does? Because he does tap his helmet somewhat regularly.
Yeah, I think he should. I think there is – you can't – if guys are gassed and you're going to ask guys to play with extreme effort when they tap out – now, that doesn't mean you have to tap out for the rest of the series, but yes, if you're going to tell your defensive lineman, you go till you can't go no more, you have to say yes. I don't think that's.
Okay, so I guess the question that was poorly phrased. I guess my question is, does he come out more than he should, and why is that?
That's a question.
Is that conditioning?
That's a question you have to ask him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
know is this: when you're playing stud edge guys, and Rashawn has not been a stud this year. I can't sit there. I thought his peak was that San Francisco 49er playoff game when we blew it with crappy special teams and an offense that went blech. Mm-hmm. Rashawn Gary is the best player on the field, defensively. On the field. They could not block him. So go back and watch that tape if you don't believe me. Mm-hmm. He has not been the same since that, and obviously he blew his knee out early in that next year. I don't know the answer to how you rotate and how you do all those things, but as we sit here right now, he is no longer that player. That's become abundantly clear to watch.
It has. All right, we need to get ready for Whoa Nelly, which I know Jesse's excited for. Jesse, do you have anything exciting planned, or did you think we'd use up all your time like we often do?
No, I have something very.
To go with?
I actually saw. Get this! I saw a YouTube comment on our show today that inspired me to come up with an entirely different plan for Whoa Nelly than originally anticipated.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold strategy.
Yeah, Thank you, YouTube dwellers. Appreciate it.
Wait, I thought you don't look in there.
I glance every now and then. I can't help myself. I don't like it in there necessarily, but I glance. I'll see what's going on.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that is next, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
The College Football Playoff Semifinals on ESPN Radio. Thursday in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
From 47 yards, he got it!
Ole Kiss faces Miami.
And it's intercepted. It's going to be a Miami pick six.
Then on Friday in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, it's Indiana, Oregon. The college football playoff semifinals, 7 Eastern. Thursday and Friday on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
This December and January, Metro Kia Madison is celebrating the season with 2 incredible year-end offers. Right now, get the 2025 Kia EV6 with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per thousand finance. Or choose the 2025 Kia Telluride, now at 0.9% APR for 60 months, only $17.09 per thousand finance. Hurry in because these offers end January 16th. Find your new Kia today at MetroKiaMadison.com. Metro Kia Madison, movement that inspires.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game.
In 6 minutes. No more?
No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
It's another funky royalty-free tune. I like it. Maybe it can be the official music of Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
For today's Whoa Nelly subject, we shout out Marmar 040 in the ESPN Madison YouTube chat.
Okay.
I kind of want to see Steelers versus Bears in the Super Bowl, so Rodgers gets a chance to own them one last time.
No, No.
So
not even remotely interested in that.
What I have come up with here are 5 compelling Super Bowl matchups that would not include the Green Bay Packers. And I want you to pick your favorite.
Is she a Packer? Is Marmar a Packer fan?
Wait a minute. Do we know? Are they? I don't know. Is that?
I don't know anything about Marmar 040.
Did you think of her as Meemaw?
I don't know who Marmar is. I just saw Marmar offered this up in the chat, and then the chat got talking about it. And I thought this is kind of a fun idea.
It's a really good topic by Marmar, but I can't understand any Packer fan. The last team you'd want to see in there would be the Bears. Period. Fin.
Where would the Steelers?
I think most Packer fans would be all right with Rodgers winning a Super Bowl.
Well, let's start with this. If the Packers are guaranteed to not win the Super Bowl, if you are told we have a psychic future ball or crystal ball, the only thing we can see clearly is the Packers will not win the Super Bowl.
Buffalo.
Which team in the field do you want to see win?
I want Buffalo to win it.
Jason?
Yeah, I'll agree with Tausch. I think Buffalo's the best story of the teams that are in the mix. The Jaguars
Boy,
would
are
be...
you agreeable today? Like every blanket thing I'm saying, you're agreeing with. It's almost uncanny. I didn't
agree with the way you poo-pooed the conversation to start the show about Amazon Prime.
It's fair.
That's true. But yeah, you've said a lot of really smart things, so I'd be a fool to disagree with you today. Look, I don't know what to make of the Bills. I think Tausch made some points, was it yesterday or maybe it was late last week, about Sean McDermott. And it does lead me to the question whether it's about LaFleur or about Mike Tomlin or about Sean McDermott or whoever, insert coach here. You know, Bill Walsh used to say that coaches get stale. And Matt LaFleur has now coached the Packers as long as Mike Holmgren did.
How long does a good bread stay? Because we got a sourdough kit for the holidays, and I'm very excited. You can make a new sourdough basically every day. It just continues to grow. So what do you think?
Whoa,
you get
Nelly!
a good loaf of bread. What do you expect? What's the expectation on that? You keep it in a nice dry area.
So I ask a serious question about coaches and their tenures. Thought it was interesting.
You said stale. Bread.
I did.
Trigger
Squirrel.
word. Yeah.
And you decided to take it in the direction of sourdough. But hey,
there is no better bread than
game.
sourdough. Man.
I could play that game because here's the deal. Paula has, as I believe I mentioned when it first occurred, Paula has joined a sourdough cult with her fellow coaches at the gym. And so we have had a lot of sourdough made in the last month and a half or so.
What do you think the interest level is for a Wilde and Tausch sourdough club, where we video and make sourdough together?
Minimal.
I can tell you how much my interest is.
Pretty minimal? We could talk shop, we could talk pack, we could talk life.
If I'm not mistaken, I think sourdough is at an all-time high because Taylor Swift said when she was on the podcast with
she's an influencer.
Travis and Jason Kelsey that she had been doing sourdough. So all the Swifties were like, we got to do sourdough now. And that's why.
Is that what Swifties are?
Yes, it is. Yeah. And I think that's why there are a bunch of people suddenly interested in, you can make sourdough.
I could say Paula's not interested because of that. Her fellow coaches do it, and so it's fun. My point, if I may, since we have changed the subject, is that I don't think you have to worry about your sourdough going stale, because I think fresh baked sourdough in your kitchen doesn't need a long shelf life because everyone's going to eat it. There's something about...
You ain't wrong about that.
Hot, fresh bread out of your own oven, made with the love of the Tauscher family.
You ain't kidding. You get a little grassland butter on there, and you make some grilled cheese sourdough is the best. It's the best. Because you get that outside crunch on the bread, and yet it still allows for the gooiness to pick itself. Like sourdough is the great grilled cheese sandwich bread.
Agreed. So glad you brought this up. How long is the shelf life of a coach?
So anyway, potential Super Bowl matchups where we started this segment. We have Steelers-Bears, the Rodgers Still Own You Bowl. Texans-49ers, the DeMeco Ryans Bowl in Santa Clara at the 49ers home stadium. Jaguars-Panthers, the 1995 Expansion Classic. Eagles-Patriots, the really these two again game. Or Rams-Chargers, the Battle of L.A. Those are some of the most interesting potential Super Bowl matchups that I could come up with if the Packers are guaranteed to not be in it.
What did before you saw this in the YouTube comments, what did you have for Wonelli?
I'm going to the Badger basketball game tonight. And
you gonna change clothes, or did you wear that outfit today because you're going to be going
I did wear this intentionally. I don't know. Fine, we'll move on because you don't want to talk about Super Bowl matchups.
It's kind of weird when you're looking around, and if the Packers aren't in it, there's no Mahomes. You know, we always are sitting here complaining about not having the big star, the star quarterback and all this. The fact there's no Lamar Jackson and that storyline goes away. Joe Burrow storyline, dead. There's a Josh Allen storyline, but they're the 6th seed, and they got to win 3 roadies. And I think if they can win a couple, people would get intrigued. Nobody really cares about the Jags. They could put themselves on the map. There isn't some huge storyline. Like, I don't even know what storyline would sell besides Rodgers chasing that second ring. Like, I don't know what else. Stafford chasing
going
it.
Out on top.
So Stafford and Rodgers.
That'd be fun.
I would be on board with that. And then you can almost say who's the. That to me is the most intriguing. Outside of me, I'd love to see the Bills win the championship if it's not the G&G.
And that's just because they've never won one, and you like
that fan base reminds me of the Packers fan base. It's a great loyal fan base. It's a smaller town that people kind of.
They're proud of their town.
They are proud of their town, I just think their fan base is outstanding, and I really like their quarterback. So, yeah.
Break a lot of tables.
Last year, the stadium would be a fun way to send it out.
I don't care about the stadium.
They could do like a big celebration in the stadium before they knock it all down.
I'll take a piece of the turf with them when they're done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, I agree with Tausch. It wasn't a terrible topic, but we kind of got sidetracked.
Sourdough definitely disrupted the potential for the topic there. Is it IPT? So
yes.
Tausch very generously, as a Christmas gift, offered up a couple of
so nice when a Christmas gift gets received with a lot of love. I appreciate that.
Offered up a couple of tickets for Becca and I to use going to the Badger basketball game tonight.
That is a nice gift.
Very nice,
agree.
yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the game being at 8 o'clock on a weeknight.
No, there's going to be some 8 o'clock games I go to, by the way. So, no.
Okay. All right. Becca is under the weather. So I've brought in reinforcements to go to the game.
Is Becca not going?
Becca's not going. She is under the weather.
On, man.
She doesn't feel up to going.
All right. Ooh.
Up
tier
north,
1.
Joe.
Did you offer tier 1?
I did not. He moved yesterday, so he's out.
Okay.
He's got like 6 kids now.
I almost feel like because I got you this with you and Becca.
I'm
not. They're your tickets. Do what you want. I would like for you to ask. Because tier 1 Tyler would get my vote.
So Becca's not going tonight.
That's fair.
So
okay. What if you took the dog?
I think it's a little.
What if you took the dog?
I think it's a little authoritarian of you for me to be expected to ask you who else to take to the game after I've received the tickets as a very kind
little
gift.
bit. I can understand where you're coming from on that.
Authoritarian seems strong.
It would be IPT if you then took these tickets and sold them.
That I would not do that.
Okay.
The other option would be, do I ask you if you want the tickets back so that Becca and I could go to a different game together when she's feeling healthier?
No, that would be crazy. So I think you doing what you want to do with the tickets is completely fair game. It's a bummer that Becca can't go, but I'm sure if she was up to it, she would go.
Up north, Joe and I will be there tonight. We're very much looking forward to it. Thank you again. And are there to-go boxes?
You do you, man. You figure out how you want to operate. Just for the record, make sure nobody knows that you're using my tickets that are actually there.
Understood.
As you're walking out with 15 pizzas and whatever else.
Wings.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Jason, I guess I should have asked Jason, do you want to come? We can still bump Joe. Do you want to come down and go to the game tonight?
I got a playoff team to cover, and today's a Wednesday in the Packers world, so it's going to be a busy night tonight and tomorrow. I'm freer on Thursday. What do you got going on Thursday? A little lighter load on Thursday. Packers-Bears Saturday night at Soldier Field. Having some conversations about maybe driving down and back, which means late on the road. So I'm trying to figure out if that's smart or stupid. So we'll see what I decide to do there.
You just spent 4 nights up in Minneapolis, and now you're not going to spend any in Chicago? You do, Jason.
If they
you
move,
I just don't. I don't get it, but I don't need to get it. It ain't for me to get.
Yeah. First of all, as you well know, when they lose, they clean out their lockers the next day. And
drive back in the morning.
I understand, but maybe you just get it over with. You're wired after. I haven't figured it out yet. That's okay. Another discussion for another day.
Jason, you are a special young man. You do, man.
Not so young anymore.
They aren't going to lose.
What I am also is a subscriber to ESPN, and when a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events plus originals, you know I love the 30 for 30s. Highlights and coverage from every corner of the sports world. There's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone. Today I've done both. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life. Hey, my name is Stacy Bruner. I was Bucky Badger from 2010 to 2014. My most memorable sports moment was running out the flag at the 2013 Rose Bowl versus Stanford. Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Welcome aboard Colton Joseph, the Old Dominion transfer quarterback posing a dual threat under center. Joseph ranked 15th in ESPN's power rankings of transfer QBs. Joseph finishing 8th in the nation in total offense, racking up over 300 yards per contest. Just over 2,600 yards in the air with 21 scores. Meanwhile, over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns on the ground. Badgers transfer class ranked 5th according to 247 Sports.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. Right now, you can get Pella windows at a discount with Siding Unlimited. Yes, end-of-the-year pricing is a discount right before the 2026 price increases, saving you big money on your project right now. Buy now, install in spring, and lock in. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Matt, when we were out at the Packer game, your friend even admitted that he checks out mentally when you start to tell him
he did
recipes. Yes. I don't even bring up food around you anymore because I don't. It's too much.
And Thomas is a terrible cook, so he can't follow the recipes anyway.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
The College Football Playoff Semifinals on ESPN Radio. Thursday in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
From 47 yards, he got it!
Ole Miss faces Miami.
And it's intercepted! It's going to be a Miami pick six!
Then on Friday in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's Indiana, Oregon. The College Football Playoff Semifinals, 7 Eastern. Thursday and Friday on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Mark Tosher here for Iron Jock. Well, it's a new year, and that means new goals. Iron Jock is here to help you stay committed to those goals, whether you're hitting the gym, heading to work, or just trying to smell a whole lot better in 2026. Formulated to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, Iron Jock keeps you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. But right now, you can get 30% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $75. Just use promo code ESPN30. That's ESPN30 for 30% off your order over $75. Shop now at ironjock.com.
We're on the Packers, because we're on the postseason.
The time these guys get on that bus, it's over. It is a new season, and it is all about the next step.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
All right, before we go and before Jesse goes to the Badgers game tonight, who do we got tonight? UCLA?
You clowns lose again.
That's
pretty good, huh? You like that? Big acronym guy, Dale. Thank you, Dale. R.I.P., you old rascal.
First time ever UCLA at the Kohl Center right here, right?
Before we go and before you watch John Wooden's team against Greg Gard's team, where did our poll end up?
I don't know. I didn't look.
We are up to closing in on 500 votes, and the voting has remained generally the same. 53%. By the way, the poll question. At this point in his tenure, has Matt LaFleur met, surpassed, or not met expectations as head coach of the Packers? 53% holding strong for met expectations. 39% not met expectations.
Are 39% of our fan base, are they a little too demanding, or do you think that's fair?
Postseason. It's about postseason. Yeah. If you put this as postseason, nobody would say he's met expectations.
Yep, I would agree. Well said. And we end on another agreement. I'm sure it won't be the case tomorrow.
Hopefully that'll change.
Well, chances are. That's it for us today. Thanks to Evan Cohen for checking in, even though he likes to be a jerk and everything. And thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey